today. We're excited to have you here in our midst. So this is our International Women's Day program celebration, proudly hosted by Read with Georgia in partnership with Manchester City Council. And we applaud to that. So the theme for this year is Give to Gain. And we are joined by extraordinary women who will be sharing their journeys with us, who are specialists and leaders in their field. They're here to share their knowledge and empower this community. Lead with Georgia. But before we go on, we'd like to tell you about some housekeeping information. We have the toilet. It's just go out of the door, go straight down past the bar, turn to your left, you see the toilet there. We've got some drinks at the back there, help yourself to that as well. First of all, I would like to welcome Georgia, who is the founder of Read with Georgia, to give my opening. Founder celebration. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good to see beautiful faces in here this afternoon to come and celebrate our second anniversary with us. I've got what's it called? Draining down under my shirts right now. But anyway, we are here to celebrate each and every woman that's in here for International Women's Day, sponsored by Manchester City Council. I've got a little write-up to just welcome us into the room and make us comfortable before we go into the event. So let me begin by welcoming everybody again. And I've got a question to ask every woman in here. What would happen if every woman truly understands the power she carries? What would change in our communities if women choose collaboration over competition? And what kind of future could we build if every woman committed not just to gaining success, but to giving values? As we celebrate International Women's Day under the powerful theme, Give to Gain. In a world that often teaches us to focus on what we can get, this theme reminds us of a deeper truth. Real impact begins with what we are willing to give. A seed does not hold on itself, it enters the soil, and in time it multiplies into harvest. Women are seeds of transformation. When women rise, community rises. When women invest in others, the future expands. At Read with Georgia, we believe that when you invest in minds, you ignite possibilities. Every book we read, every conversation we share, every opportunity created became a seed for the next generation of thinkers and leaders. So today, I leave us with three simple questions. What knowledge can you give? What opportunity can you create? And what path can you help to make easier? Because every woman gives intentionally, and the gain is never small. It becomes impact, legacy, a better world for those who come after us. Happy International Women's Day, everyone. Happy International Women's Day, Read with Georgia. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. Okay, so we now have the icebreaker. We want to get to know each other. So this is where we pair in twos, not the person you've come to this meeting with. So you ask them their names, make sure you remember their names. And then the question would be, would you rather give a speech to the entire world about women's rights, or write a best-selling book that inspires generations? I know. Okay, so do you want me to repeat the question again? Yes. Would you rather write a speech to the entire world about women's rights, or write a best-selling book that inspires generations? So we have about 5 minutes for this, so have a pair, get somebody, get to know their names because I will be asking that question. So can we go? Around? Would you rather give a speech to the entire world about women's rights or write a best-selling book that inspires generation? Make sure you get to find out their names. Almost there. Get their names as well. Okay, so I'm just going to come around now. Can we have a volunteer? Introduce yourself and then introduce the person you've been speaking to. Tell us their name and tell us what they said. Thank you.
Hi, hello everyone. And what we both said was, she said she'd rather write a book. Because I was confused. Did you say best-selling book? Oh, okay. Because I was asking her, did you say bestseller? Because I said, suppose the book doesn't sell. What do we do then?
So the question is, would you rather give a speech to the entire world about women's rights or write a best-selling book that inspires generation? So this is on the assumption that there is going to be, it's going to be a best-selling book.
So now it's correct. So Folashade said she's going to write a best-selling book. But she prefers it because it's going to be from generation to generation. So that's what she chose. But I chose something different, but maybe anybody else says something. But what I said was, I like to give a speech. Because that stays on my head. I'm a different person to anybody else. We're all different. And that speech, I'll pass it on to my generation as well. From one person to another person, to another person. So for Folashade prefers a book. And I said, to be honest, that's why we're all here with Read with Dodger. Because it's about reading. So that would, that would make sense. Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. Can we please celebrate her? So this question is in light of the International Women's Day. Any other person, please? Any other volunteers before I come to you? Coming to you. Your smile, it's your smile you see. It just gave you away. So introduce yourself, introduce the name of, introduce your person you've been speaking with, and then answer the question. I'm just going to pass you the mic so we can hear your beautiful voice.
Both said that we would like to write a book because it will inspire generations to come, and it's also something that will stand the test of time and you can hand it down, and it's something that's tangible that you can give to others to give inspiration. If you get a speech, you never know who's listening, so the book stands the test of time.
Fantastic. Can we celebrate her as well? Okay. So I think both, you've got something to say. I was just going to introduce you anyway because this is one of our speakers today, our specialist speakers. Okay.
I'm Darren, and I was speaking to Dodger. And Dodger would obviously write a book because she inspires lots of people already. But then I was just thinking, maybe if she wrote a book about women's rights, then I could give the speech and read the book to the whole world. So that was my
I think she deserves a round of applause for that. Talk about women supporting women, right? Give to gain and all. Okay, women who lift us up. Yeah, thank you very much for that. I know you were looking at me, you were thinking I was coming to your side. Maybe I could still come to your side, right? Okay, don't worry. We still have loads of things to do for the day. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce one of our speakers. You just heard our voice just now. I'd like to introduce Darren. I'll just read a bit about her so you know the lady who's speaking to you. Darren is a midwife lead for cultural safety and ethnic minority engagement in maternity care in Manchester. Doreen has been deeply committed to protecting birthing rights and advocating for choice and the circumstances surrounding birth, particularly for individuals from multi-ethnic, multicultural communities. Doreen has almost 2 decades of experience working in the voluntary sector on community development, capacity building, and advocacy projects. This has provided her with invaluable insights into the challenges faced by underrepresented communities. Can we please welcome Doreen with so much warmth and a round of applause? Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me, and happy International Women's Day, everybody. So Dodger asked me to attend to give a speech today, and I obviously have a lot of things that we're working on at the hospital at MMT. So as Titi mentioned, I'm a midwife. I work in your local hospital here if you're in Manchester, and just wanted to really come here to remind you that your hospital works for you. I work for you. All the doctors, midwives, nurses, everyone within the NHS works for you. And our role is to ensure that whenever we provide care to you, it represents and reflects your needs too. So really keen to ensure that everybody in Manchester who's likely to use maternity services within Manchester knows that it is for you, and you have a say in how those services run and how well they work, and also to constantly let us know when it isn't working. I've just got a very short demonstration because I've got a couple of things that I wanted to make sure that we know in this room. So, as I mentioned, I work across a few hospitals in Manchester, Oxford Road, Wythenshawe and North Manchester, and some of those might be more familiar to you than others. And one of the key things that we're working on, as well as ensuring that the service reflects your needs, is a project or a program called As Soon As You're Pregnant. So it is reminding people the multi-layers of information that it's needed to maintain a healthy pregnancy. So what we know is that in the first few weeks of pregnancy, there's a lot that's going on in the body, and so it's really important to get as much support and help as possible. And what probably traditionally happens is that people want to protect and keep that pregnancy as secret as possible in those first few weeks, which is really important because it's such a difficult time trying to figure out what's going on with you. But we are really keen to know about that pregnancy as early as possible from a liver-free and medical perspective, just so we can support you with any medication you might need, any risk factors you might have had before becoming pregnant, and also starting any vitamins, any advice that might also support that pregnancy and keep it as healthy and viable as possible. So this is a campaign that we're really working on, and the reason for that is because in Manchester, the people that book the latest in their pregnancy that tell us later, and what we would like is a lot of our black and brown women and a lot of our black African women. And there are multiple reasons why. Our role is to ensure that we mitigate some of those reasons by giving information, but also by providing a space that makes you feel like you can trust the healthcare system you're coming into. Even if you don't tell anybody else about your pregnancy, please do tell us so we can support that pregnancy. There are many things that happen in those first few weeks of pregnancy, as I mentioned. It's an opportunity for us to make sure that we screen properly, because in the absence of booking early, we might miss the opportunity to do some really early screening blood tests, like testing for sickle cell thalassemia, which many people might know their status, but we're able to check the status with each pregnancy and check for other illnesses as well. We can also make sure that you're getting crucial maternity information and also start to build that trust with your healthcare and professionals. And the other thing that we also make sure is that as a society, obviously you've got your own families and your own wider community, but we can be part of that also, making sure that we are listening to you and ensuring that we support the wider groups that you have within the church, within other women's groups. So joining in with that as much as possible and supporting the information you already have from your aunties, from your cousins, from your ministers. I just also wanted to introduce a couple of my colleagues here, because one of the crucial things that we're working on is, as well as we do with looking after women in pregnancy, unfortunately the flip side of that is black and brown women are also more likely to experience poor outcomes. We know those statistics from maternal deaths, but what we probably know a little bit less is the outcomes for babies in pregnancy, but also babies when they're born. So black and brown women are also more likely to experience stillbirths and pregnancy loss. So at this point, I'd like to invite my colleagues, Lorraine and Naomi, to come and speak to you about some work they're doing on bereavement care.
Hello everyone, my name is Naomi.
I'm Lorraine.
And yes, so we have developed this organisation based on the statistics for black and brown women in Manchester, or in the UK, full stop. We know that there are disparities within maternity care for our women. So the initiative was initially to provide a support system which is non-clinical, it's emotional support, it's physical support, to be able to hold women in a space. So holding her space, okay, let's see, forward. Holding a space was created in 2018 as a way to support these communities, support our communities, and ensure that the support is available and accessible. So we have applied throughout time to get funding to make sure that we are accessible. When we hear about doula support, does anyone know what doula support is? Okay, good. So a lot of people think that doula support is a luxury item. It's something that you get if you need it. But actually, from the work that we've done over the years, we've found that it's very necessary to have support, and it should be available to everybody, not just within our communities, but just for everybody, because everybody needs that support during birth and labour, and having someone who is not clinical, but also a listening ear, and someone that can help navigate the system with you, is also beneficial throughout the pregnancy, birth and postnatal period. So a big part of our work was about tackling the disparities and bridging the gap between what we do as doulas, which is non-clinical, and just a lot of emotional, physical support, and what the midwives do, which is very clinical, and so coming together to provide that all-around support. So this is just a few things that we do in terms of reducing maternal and infant risks, providing education, personalised care and informed choices, advocacy support. So we do support in attending appointments, people need appointments, supporting. We provide workshops, events, anything to highlight some of the amazing work that is accessible to our communities and that they can access. And again, like I mentioned before, filling in the gaps in care, doulas and midwives working together to provide a full circle of care. So, yeah, a bit of the work that we've done in the past. Again, the hub, which is the education, providing the support. Then we've done specific projects where we've done exhibitions and productions around some of our experiences as black women and brown women, and putting that in a creative project so that we can share more education and awareness around some of the issues that we face within our communities. And one of the key things is about maintaining the village support. And we know how important it is to have a village when you're going through that pregnancy, birth, postpartum period. So we have peer-led activities that enable that, where moms come together and they can support each other. And that brings me to our baby loss awareness project. You want to speak a bit about that?
Okay, so my name's Lorraine, and I actually became involved with Holding Her Space as a service user. So I was part of one of the projects, the Untold Stories project, and one of the conversations that came up was baby loss. So I experienced loss in 2023 and 2024, and it was the support of holding her space that enabled me to talk about a subject that we don't talk about within our community, but also gave me an opportunity to use creativity to process my grief. And so I actually retrained to become a doula nearly 2 years ago now. I now work with holding her space. So when you get the right level of care, you can actually become full circle and use your pain and make it a superpower to help others. So currently we are working in partnership with St Mary's to create some culturally appropriate aftercare for women within our community who have experienced baby loss through pregnancy, stillbirth, and also neonatally. So we've been doing some listening workshops and projects with women like myself who've had those experiences, and we're coming together to try and collate a service that is culturally appropriate for us, individualised care, but also that we have a say in what our care looks like.
So yes, from that, as Lorraine just mentioned, you'll see Darren giving out some flyers. This is just sharing a bit more detail about the project that we're currently working on. And as Lorraine mentioned, when you get the right support, a lot of transformation can take place. And we're at the point now where we're collecting experiences, and we want people from our communities to be a part of the change. We're currently creating change by trying to create more culturally appropriate care for our communities within the hospital. And what's really amazing is that the hospital are really on board to look at how they can be more culturally appropriate when they're providing that support. So if there is anyone who is interested in getting involved, or you know somebody who might be interested in getting involved, please do get in touch. There are details on the flyers, our email address, and there is one with a QR code on it that you can scan and leave your email address and we can get in contact. But all support is welcome, no matter at what point. We welcome everybody into the project to get more informed about what we're doing, and also to be a part of the change that we really, really want to see in maternity care. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. Can we please celebrate them? They're all professionals in their area who've given up their time to come and empower us today. You hold on. It's just going to have the mic for a second. Can we celebrate them again? Because they've given us a lot of valuable information that we can pass on. Talking about the speech that we talked about earlier. When you get knowledge, share with your family, friends, and everybody around you. And it's all about sharing, isn't it? We're women here, and this is a very critical information for us, because a lot of us want to have children, and a lot of us know people who want to have children, even if we don't want to have children ourselves. So can we please celebrate them again? Just to flag off that we have opportunities to ask questions at the end. So please, if you have any questions or anything that's in your mind at the moment.
Fantastic. I'm sure you heard me before, but I'll repeat it again. Can we celebrate these lovely women? Thank you. So if you have any questions in relation to what they've discussed today, please write it down, because we'll have about 10 minutes towards the end to share, to ask questions and to get more information. Thank you very much for that. You're celebrated. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for sharing today. Okay, without further ado, we move to the next speaker. It's all about International Women's Day today. We're here to empower ourselves, give to gain, share knowledge and pass it on. So we have in our midst another lady who is going to share with us today. So we've got Mrs. Foyekemi Ali Balogun, who is a lead business development data analyst at a leading financial institution, bringing strategic
insight, and analytical expertise to drive growth and innovation. A 3-time UN ambassador and seasoned speaker, coach, and mentor, she's an accomplished entrepreneur with 23 years of business experience beyond the corporate space. Foyekemi is an author, sing-songwriter, a pastor, devoted wife, and proud mother of 4 young adults. She's passionate about purpose-driven living. She's committed to empowering and inspiring individuals to discover, embrace, and maximize their full potential in life. Can we join me in welcoming our speaker, Foyekemi Ali Balogun? Thank you so much. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here, and I just want to appreciate you, Mrs. Ade Tiro, for inviting me here. And it's also a pleasure to be here, and I want to say everybody's looking radiant. You look lovely. I have 10 minutes, so I hope I'll be able to compress this 45-minute speech into 10 minutes. Yeah, because because I believe it's a day that we need to celebrate ourselves as women and also to encourage each other. So I'm just going to be reading and then expatiate. So it's such an honor to stand before you. Like I said, at this powerful gathering, women will rise. You know, we have a lot of women who have, risen, who are doing really pretty well, but all because, a lot of times we don't promote ourselves or, we don't have that opportunity. So, like I said, when I first reflected on those 3 words, give to gain, I realized that they are beautifully captured. So well done for that. And the paradox that has shaped my journey as a woman and also a leader. In a world that often tells us to compete, we all know that, especially in leadership space, we compete. I work in a financial institution and I know how difficult it is to get even to a director level, especially as a Black African woman. And I want to tell us that, but when we get there, we need to, protect our influence, Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Sorry, I'm a pastor too, so I'm just going to say the devil didn't even want me to come here because my laptop was messing about yesterday. I said, you know what? If you don't want me to use PowerPoint, I'll use my paper. That's fine. So early in my career, I believe gaining meant accumulations, title, qualification, recognition. And yes, of course, those things actually matters, but what I have learned over the time, the greatest growth in my life did not come from what I collected, but what I gave, And I've been opportune to be able to mentor so many people, young adults, junior colleagues at work. And I've derived pleasure in doing that. Even when I have mountains of work piled up, as my workload, I still find time to mentor a lot of young colleagues, even when they are not in my space, and encourage them, you can do it, you can do it. So like I said, the whole matters. And when I gave my time to mentor young colleagues, young adults in my community, in my church, I give them encouragement, especially as women who are doubting their voices. It happened to me. Who will listen to me? What if I make blunders? What nobody else wants to see my face? What if somebody has said bad stuff about me and then they said, is that woman? I'm a typical African lady, so expect me to be. But one of the things that God laid upon my heart for a couple of years, more than 5 years, I couldn't do it just because I felt like who will listen to me, was one of my recent purpose, which is, I did that today, word and worship. I found it very difficult to go live on radio or on podcast because I thought who will listen to me. But to the glory of God, December 20th, I started. Somebody just approached me at work. This is part of me mentoring young colleague. I just sat down. He's a new starter. I didn't even know he has a radio station. And after talking and encouraging him, he's a he. And he said, and you don't want to go on the radio? I said, nah, I don't want to do that. I'd already built that barrier because why? Couple of years back, somebody has messed up with my self-esteem. Shut up in public. He will tell me to sit down, regardless of whatever I want to say, you know. But in encouraging this guy, he said, you have to go on radio. You don't have to pay me anything. How many hours slot? And that birthed Word and Worship. So every Saturday on Radio Ho, 10 o'clock, I'm always live. Now, I want to tell you again, I'm going to quickly jump to mentoring and sponsor. It's good to have mentor. It's good to be mentored. It's good to want to be mentored. And I want us to know as a woman, don't be afraid to approach somebody that you think has what you have. A lot of times what affects us lady is envy, jealous. If she can do it, I can do it. Yes, you can do it, but she may have what you don't have that will catapult you from one step and make you jump 10 steps. So don't ignore. So apologies, and without any disrespect, it may look like Sister Doja, the stature, petite, you know, but maybe what she lacks in size, she has it here. So let's just humbly tap into the grace. When you see somebody that has grace, don't ignore it. You know, and I want to say that power of sponsorship, there has to be somebody that will speak for you at the table of decision making. You may have a mentor, you may have all this, you may even be smart yourself, but all your smartness may not move you an inch if you don't have a sponsor. Who is a sponsor? Like I said, sponsor is somebody that will stand for you like, no, Doja has to do this. I know she has capability. I know she can do it. But again, as a mentee or as a mentee or an individual, let's develop good character, good attitude. You see somebody, you say hello, it does not cost you anything. To say hello to somebody, smile, give a smiling face. That's all sometimes what you need that will take you to the next level. Sponsor will be able to say, I know Doja can do it. Even sometimes he knows you can do it. But he knows that when he gets back, he will tell you, Doja, I've said, I fought for you. You better go and develop yourself in these areas because you can't put me to shame. We all need that. With humility of heart, let's just learn to do that. Community support. We don't have to stay together and chat about what is not our business. Chat about something that will increase your mental capacity, your growth, your level. Let it move you from level 1 to level 2 to level 3. I had one of my friends was speaking to me yesterday about investment. He had this structure put down. And I said, yeah, let's go about it. Let's go and do it. This morning, the thing is already on my WhatsApp. Let's do it this way. Investment in Nigeria. We do it ourselves. Look at the Haitians. That's what they do. So community, you know, community is not luxury. It is an infrastructure. So let's build on that. Networking. How many minutes do I have more? I'm rushing though. How many minutes do I have more? Hey, Jesus. Okay. Yeah, let me keep pushing. Networking. There's power in networking. There's power in networking. Wherever, this is a gathering. You hear they are doing something there. Please. To the glory of God, I'm a 3 times United Nations Women Ambassador, only through one person. Thank you. Only through one person. And since then, they've been reinstating me. It was only one person that introduced me. How did she do the application? I don't know. You understand? So, and how did I get to know this person? At a tailor's place, because I wrote my book 2021 or 22, I think. And then we met at a tailor's house. I don't even know who she is. And I said, we were just chatting and said, oh, you're a business analyst? I said, yes. He said, oh, you need to come and work for me. I said, where do you work? I told her where I work. Oh, I work there too. At that point, I thought she's my mate. I said, oh, really? He said, yeah. He said, you have to come and work for me. I need a business analyst. I said, I don't even know what I'm doing yet. I've only just started. He said, okay. I said, so, you know, with pride, I was saying I'm a manager. And then I said, so what do you do? She said, oh, I'm a program lead. I said, okay. In what capacity? I'm one of the directors. I didn't know when I said, what? How did you get there? Because she's a black woman. And that stereotype, we can do it. Don't limit yourself. You are a support worker. You don't have to be a support worker for the rest of your life. Most of us, we left Nigeria as a degree holder. What are you doing with it? When they are doing programs like this, forget about that 10 pounds, 13 pounds an hour shift. Attend. It will take you somewhere. And like I said, don't despise community, networking, friendship. And that will take me to publicly say thank you to everyone here and to my friends. Lara Dejuma, I gave them only less than 24 hours notice. They have to come and support me. So can you please put our hands together for her? And also for me, Phillips Enyidero, I dragged them here. And I want to thank people that are not here. And two of them, I will do this in 1 minute, right? Two of them, actually not two. Okay, so Tammy introduced me, asked me one day, Tammy is not here, but I know her spirit is here, like Yoruba would say. Tammy just introduced me. Oh, Foike, do you still want to progress? Because where I was already there 2 years. I don't stay in a post more than 1 year. In fact, in an organization, more than 3 years, I've gone. But this organization, I didn't know what they did to me. I've been there. But in this post, I was trying to move. They won't let me move. I was working in the capacity of a vice president, and I was still a manager. This girl just reached out to me. Do you want to move? Yes. Okay, I'm recommending you. 2 people recommended me to this lady. So her name, I'm publicly going to appreciate them. They are not here. Tammy Kuboye, she's a star. Please, she's not here. Put your hands together for her. And Heather, they introduced me to this lady. Her name is Eliza Smith, is Scottish. And we chatted and chatted, said, if 2 people can recommend you for one job, you must be doing something right. We chatted and chatted and chatted and chatted. Okay, send me your CV. The program we're meant to work on is a 20 million pounds project, and I will be the lead. I don't even really know what I was doing. But you know, this lady told me, don't worry, send me your CV. She saw through my CV, and she said, okay, the job is not going to start until January, but I can't wait to have you. I got through, they told me, apply through another post, then I will interview you. The interview was a play, just formality. And I quickly want to thank Eliza Smith, because Eliza said, why are they paying you rubbish money? He asked for my salary. This is my salary. Said, no. This lady pushed and fought for my salary 58%. And spoke, introduced me to the CIO, which is the MD. So I want to thank Ellen Hunter as well. They are not easy to talk to. They don't have your time. But this woman will give me 15 minutes to mentor me. And I want to thank, Eliza Smith. And I introduced me to Emily, my current line manager. I don't know what she told this lady about me. She has sold me like this. I don't even know what I'm doing. My bonus jumped 60%. So I just want, the reason why I'm saying this is not for you to think I am rich in Jesus' name, but all I'm trying to tell you is power of networking, power of smile. I want you to, in the rounding up, can we hold our hands? If you have paper, please put your paper down and your bags somewhere. I want you to rise up together and lift up each other's hands. We can do it. As a woman, we've got the power. We can do it. We can get there. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. We're all the lioness and the conquerors as women. Okay, we're very powerful, and sometimes we don't know the capacity we carry. Thank you so much for that empowering talk, and thank you for adhering to the 10 minutes. So it's question time now. So all those questions, the burning questions you have about the first speaker and also to the second speaker. So if you don't mind, please, if you could stand up so that we can, in case, or actually, please sit down. The reason why I was going to say stand up so that we have the questions and you can just answer immediately. But do we have any questions, please? Any questions? Any questions? I'm sure we've got questions. Okay, we need someone to start first. Sorry? Okay, can you come? Can you come? Now you've asked the question. Okay, please, 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 can we celebrate her as she comes forward? She's one of the foundational members of Read with Dodger. And remember, this event is sponsored by Manchester City Council. Okay, so thank you, Manchester City Council. Can we celebrate Manchester City Council? Thank you. Do you have a question?
I would like to shout out to Read with Georgia today and everyone in the group, because the group focuses on the intentionality, because nowadays you realize that motivation is becoming obsolete, because you don't need motivation nowadays to do something. You need intentionality. Yeah. So when you join the group, it allows you to read, because at the end of the reading, you want to come for review day, and you don't want to have anything upstairs there. You don't want to have anything on your head. So you want to read and know that you know what is in that book. You know. So when your mates are talking, you want to be able to say something. Say something as well. So the intentionality it's focus on is very important. So when you join the group, there is no how you won't read. There is no how you won't dedicate like 10 to 5 minutes of your day. I know you might be at home. At times when I don't go to work, I might be at home and I might work all day in my own home. I can work from 5 a.m. till 10 p.m. and I'm still working. You know how many of you have spent like 10 hours in the kitchen, cooking, cleaning, kitchen cleaning? So if you don't belong to a group, it is very hard. So motivation cannot take you anywhere. The intentionality, come to Read with Dodger, and you have the strength and the ego to fly. God bless you all.
The wings to fly. Read with Dodger in the building. Amen, somebody. Hallelujah. Let's take it back to church. So do we have any questions, please? Any questions? Okay, so we don't, can we please come forward? Or can you just, okay, so we'll come to you. The lady, it's all about the ladies in the house today. Okay.
So I'm going to start from this last conversation I think she was just trying to sell us this Read with Dodger. Maybe you're going to help us to throw more light on how we can be part of the group, because I think it's very good to, okay, is it? So at some point in the program, okay. So my question is on this cultural appropriate aftercare. And I can see from the flyer that says that a BB Law screening event on the 16th. So what's this screening going to be about? The screening, because as far as I understand this is more of a aftercare, okay, especially for babies and people that are grieving. Okay. So my question is, okay, what's the screening going to be about? And how can we, thank you.
Thank you for your question. So on the 16th of May, let me stand up, sorry. From the 11th to the 17th of May is Black Baby Loss Awareness Week. And so part of this project that we are developing with the hospital is to create a documentary from people who have experienced baby loss, from the hospital practitioners, so Darren, a bereavement midwife. We want to involve chaplains within the hospital who support people through faith. And we are going to screen a documentary on the 16th at Black Baby Loss Awareness Week. We're currently planning our event. The venue's to be confirmed. There will be more information going out in due course. And we are going to use that documentary to build awareness amongst the community, but also as a training tool for healthcare practitioners who work with women within maternity services. And we're also hosting a Black Baby Loss Awareness Week walk on the last day of the week, which will be the 17th. It's going to be a national walk, so London, Manchester, Birmingham, other cities across the country. We're all going to do a 5K walk in memory of baby loss within our community. And it's all going to be at the same time of day, and we're all going to do a joint 5K walk. So if you need any more information, come and see myself, Naomi, or Derrin after. Thank you.
I was just going to say that, and she just took it right out of my mouth. So if you need more information, because we cannot cover everything, we've got the specialists here today. I've read their bio. They have explained what they do to you. They are specialists in their fields. Please speak to them after, when we have a break or something. Please speak to them and take the opportunity at this time to get more information, to empower others and empower our community, really. So thank you very much for that. And also, I'm sure people have got so many questions. We've had to make her compact all that she's got to say within very few minutes, but she's a powerhouse, and I'm sure everyone will agree with me on that note. We have the opportunity to ask questions. You can speak to her individually during the interlude, during the break, during the course of the program. We've got the other program coming up shortly, which is the actual anniversary. This program that we're just concluding now is the International Women's Day event, Give to Gain, power to women, power to ladies out there, okay? So just to conclude, in the spirit of our theme, we have two remarkable women amongst us today who embody the give to gain. They gave their devotion to written words, and in return, they have gained the vision to build thriving businesses. They are living proof that when we invest in our minds, we create our own markets. So I'm pleased to invite two ladies from the Reading Club, Read with Dodger, Yemi and Fumi, to come and share their journey. Thank you so much. Keep celebrating them, please. These are women who have read, and they have turned their reading into businesses. They are powerful women. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Yemi Komalafe. So my story begins when someone that doesn't like to read joins a book club, and my husband freaked out. He said, "You're reading." Well, here I am. I joined Read with Dodger last year, and it's been a total transformation for me. I might not finish reading the book, so if you're here and you've already shot yourself in the foot to say, "I don't read," join the book club. There's encouragement because every month we do a book review. And Dodger has this wisdom of getting a specialist at every book review to consolidate what we are learning or the subject that we've read about. And so if you might know, some of us in the room, we had a session whereby we're talking about creativity. Remember, if they tell me that I'll be doing this now, it's a joke. But we were broken into groups, and we just were creative and all that, and it just left. Now, the speaker said about collaboration. I just left my house to go and support somebody called Doja, because we were going to BBC Wales, and she was doing this, I was doing that, and I was doing this, I was doing this, and we came up with a fruit park. And she said, "Yemi, you did that." I said, "No, I only came to help." He said, "That's a business for you."
And that, I can tell you, garden, that's how Garden Goodies was born. So there's a pack for everyone, and I hope you enjoy. So please, you might have heard of Book Club, Blue Club. This one is with a different note, honestly. If I can take a speaker and enroll everybody, please join. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. Happy International Women's Day. Yeah, firstly, I want to acknowledge her because I'm talking about, you don't need to look back, yeah? Yeah, Fash. Because I remember we read a book sometimes last year, and it was at the point that I was experiencing a lot at work. That book really, it was a turnaround for me, because at the end of it, I got a recommendation from the CEO of the business. So thank you for that. And back to the business why I'm here. So yeah, she mentioned the book, Still Like an Artist. That was the book we read in July 2025. I already have the idea, but to birth it, sometimes like she said, you just feel less of yourself that, okay, am I capable to do this? So it came about reading that book, and we were like, we need to create something, just be creative, to try something new. Like, okay, it's time. She spoke to me like, you have this idea, can't you just bet it and just try something? I'm like, okay. I was skeptical, but I'm just like, I would give it a try, and I did. I bet it. I have to do a lot of research, and because I'm trying to look for an audience which is basically for health-wise. That was what bets my Zobo drink. So I have to go to research, okay, what's the benefit of this? And it has been good. So Read with Doja really impacted me. Though I love reading right from, but now because, issues of life, motherhood, you get carried away. But Read with Doja brought me back to who I am. Even at work, my manager would say, what have you read again for me? I'm like, oh, so I read. So yeah, it's very, very impactful. Thank you, Read with Doja.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Can we celebrate Read with Doja? She is Doja of Read with Doja, in case you don't know her.
I'm very teary right now, but everybody can't be like me, but I like it. I love it when I see people doing things in a different way. We all have abilities in us. We just need somebody to switch you on. I'm so glad that I know there's still quite a lot of us in the room, in the reading club, that I must have punched and say, what are you doing with yourself? And they're not ready to ignite it. But this is 2026. Whether you like it or not, we are betting another business. Yes. And there's another business that we were able to ignite. She's not here, but I'm going to speak on her behalf. Although she enjoys ticketing, traveling, and doing all of that for friends and family, and all along she's been doing this for years on a solo ground. And I said to her, why don't you just be licensed? Why don't you do it in a proper way? I said, oh, sis, no. I said, you know what? This is the time we are going to do it. And she's now a certified ticket traveling agency. She isn't here, but I'm going to speak for her. So our reading club is not just come and read, but come and discover yourself. It is hard. I tell you what, I'm not a reader myself, but if I don't read, my medicine is not finished. I need to take something to be complete in a day. So please, we are little, but we are mighty. If you think that you want to be associated with women that are doing meaningful things in the community, women that are looking to move from point A to B, or women that are scared and want to discover themselves, just contact me. I don't have any power, but I have forces. Yeah. I have information. I have family. I have friends. I have somebody I can speak to. My sister is here. I've known her for a decade, And, we have people. We are force. We are a big force, and we help ourselves. Please, feel free to contact me. Don't worry even if you don't finish the book. 1 page a day is okay. Before you know it, you start doing two.
Google
The summary. Don't know ChatGPT.
Yeah,
summary,
and
you know.
sometimes
You know.
we even send the summary in, and that's why we get experts in whatever field we are reading to come in and then just add more value to whatever book we've read. So thank you very much, Yemi. Thank you very much, Fumi. And thank you very much, Comfort. She isn't here, but I'm standing in for her. Thank you so much for making this a reality. And many more. By this time next year, we are going places.
Watch us.
Watch us.
Thank you so much for that. I think she said it all right. If you need more information about Read with Dodger, there's so much information behind there, and I've got some cards for you as well. We're celebrating the 2nd year anniversary of Read with Dodger today as well. The event is going to start shortly after we finish this one. This event is actually the International Women's Day celebration to empower each other, to give, to gain. So the question is, who are you inspiring? Who are you pouring into? We heard what our second speaker said. So we've got so much to do as women. Whatever you have, give it, pass it on. Whatever it is, regardless, it could be your smile. Some people cannot smile, but some people it's just natural. They just go, and you just pass it on. So whatever you have, pass it on. Inspire somebody. Ignite a fire. Your job could just be igniting that fire, which will start something big. Somebody else will pour the gasoline. Someone else will do something else to that. Please do your best. So thank you so much for that, Read with Dodger, and thank you so much for that, Yemi and Fumi, for sharing your journeys. We're so grateful to see the outcome and the intentionality behind reading. Okay, we've come to the end of the celebration of International Women's Day today. But I'm sure everybody will agree with me that we've all got something in us that will start. So we have ignited that fire. You've heard our speakers share. You have ignited that fire. This is your time to spread it around and give to gain. Thank you for your time. Once again, we're very appreciative of your time. Please, we want you to give feedback. This event is sponsored by Manchester City Council, and we want you to give feedback. So I will read out the email address for Read with Dodger, so you can just put a feedback on there. It is, please get your phones out or your pens out. It is info@readwithdodger.com. info@readwithdodger.com. We want to pass on the feedback. Remember, it's a community, right? Manchester City Council, they're trying to pour into their community. So the feedback helps them in terms of their budgeting and in terms of what they do. So it's very critical to have feedback. So please, if there's nothing else you do today to help us Read with Dodger, please do this one thing, which is give the feedback. So thank you very much for your time today. I've been your host for this event. I will start the next event shortly. For this event, my name is Liz Titilola Fabi, aka Liz Fab. Thank you very much. God bless. Okay, so help yourself to drinks, refreshments, and then we'll take a picture. So we finished the program now, so we just want to take pictures. So can you all come? Can we have the photographers bring your smile or copy somebody else's smile or the pose, good copying, not bad copying, good copying. Okay, please come outside. Can the photographer please direct us? Thank you. So it's paparazzi time now. Can we all come outside so that we can start the next event? Thank you. Can we stand up, our distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen in our midst? Thank you. Please come out so that we can be arranged. Those of you just joining us, we just finished the International Women's Day meeting, which was fantastic. And we heard so much about so many people, women inspiring women. So now it is officially the 2nd year anniversary for Read with Doja. Can we have a round of applause? You guys, I can feel the vibes from this side, but not this side. Can we have a round of applause? Read with Doja in the building. Okay. It seems like yesterday when we did Read with Doja, when we had the first anniversary for Read with Doja. So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're very happy to have you here. My name is Liz Titilola Fabi, aka Liz Fab. I'm your MC for today. Welcome to this very, very special 2nd year anniversary, celebrating the reading club, Read with Doja. It's amazing to see everyone here, whether you're joining us virtually or you're joining us in person to celebrate this milestone with Read with Doja. We have an exciting program for you. We have so much. We have speakers for every walk of life. We have singing, we have spoken words, we have dancing, we have drinks, we have food, we have all-round empowerment and entertainment. So sit back, fasten your seatbelt, because you're going to have a fabulous time today with us. Okay, so from reflecting on Read with Doja journey, we'll have the actual founder of Read with Doja. I will introduce her. Wait, I will introduce her properly because she deserves to be introduced. I'm getting the paper. So it's my pleasure to welcome the visionary behind Read with Doja. As both the founder and the very heart of this community, please join me in welcoming Doja to the stage to share a few words. We can do better than that. Woo-hoo!
Oh, they've been telling me take a deep breath, and I'm trying to do as I've been told. Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you so much for coming to this occasion. It means a lot to me. I don't know how to express my gratitude, because obviously every one of us, we've left something behind, and then coming here, it means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Reflection. Read with Doja was just like, I don't know how I'm going to say it. You know, when God is ready to use you, and he knows that what he's throwing at you, you don't even know where to begin. So that was the journey for Read with Doja. For me, I am somebody that, for a lot of people, they know where they're going, but for me, I don't always know where I'm going. All I do is I jump into wherever it is or whatever it is, and then swim, walk, crawl, do whatever, and find my way out. And that has been working for me. So the journey of Read with Doja is just like that. So 2024, January 2024, everybody having New Year resolution, and I sat on my dining, and I'm like, God, I know there's something you've been telling me. What is it? And God said, go start a reading club. I said, me, reading club, me, introvert, me, quiet, me with no friends. How am I going to do that? And he kept saying to me, there's one person, there's two people, at least you talk to one person. Call that person. And that was how we started. And I said to myself, I said, this has been coming to me like, you need to do this. But I don't know how. But regardless of if I don't know how, I'm still going to start anyway. And that was how I began the journey.
And I called one or two of maybe my friend, my sister-in-law, and I said, I'm starting a reading club. I know I don't read, I'm not a reader, but I need people to join me so that I can fulfill my mission. And they said, oh, okay, let's do it. And we started. We started 30 minutes every day. And I'm like, how am I going to encourage people to read? And God said to me, call them early in the morning, wake them up early in the morning. I'm using God because obviously I want to believe we're all Christians here and we have one God or the other that we all call to. So, and that was how I started calling people early in the morning. By the time you wake up, you see my message. Can you get up and read? And I'll put a message in there. And we started. At the end of our first year, we were just 8 of us. Of blessed memory, Kemi Olude was part of us. We are still going to acknowledge her anyway. So we started at 8, and when we celebrated our first anniversary, my team said, so what are we doing next? I said, I don't know. And somebody said, people want to join. I said, where? They're not joining, because I don't know how to manage people. I don't have strength. And somebody said, you are a racist. You're meant to encourage people to join you. Why are you closing the door? I said, because I don't know how to manage people. I don't know how to manage myself, not to talk of other people. And someone else said, but you can't stop people. Freedom of association. I said, okay, let's do this. So I decided to let the door open. People were coming in. And I kept asking God, as they are coming in, what am I to do with all of these people? Because 1, I'm an introverted person. 2, I am too private. 3, I don't have friends. How am I going to lead people? I'm not a leader. Neither do I want to become one. Because I'm not ready for responsibilities. But every day, I wake up with new ideas. Every day is fresh. Because, remember I said, I never always know where I'm going on any journey. It works for some people, they know where they're going, and they get there. For me, no. If you ask me what am I cooking next, I'll tell you I don't know. Because I never know. But when I get there, I come out successful. Because when I get in, I ask for help. I bring people along with me. Are you an expert in this? Are you an expert? Do you know the salt? Do you know the oil? Do you know let's put it together. And we come up with something beautiful. So that has been our journey. And by the grace of God, we have over 60-something members as of today under Read with Dodger. And it's, like I said, every day is fresh ideas, fresh oil, fresh insights. Where they are coming from, honestly, I don't know. Somebody will ask me, what's that again? I say, I don't know, but we are doing it. And we've been moving, and we've been progressing. And we were able to birth the Children's Reading Club after our first anniversary, through these ideas. So I just want to encourage everybody. We all have something inside of us. You just have to find the right community. You have to find a place where you are safe, a place where they don't gossip, a place where people will look after you, a place where you can call home. I can confidently say, this is my home. Read with Dodger is my home. By the time I pick up my phone, I call, before you know it, we're doing it. And because we understand ourselves, we understand the vision, we understand the goal. We can see improvement, we can see the difference. A lot of things have changed, mindsets have changed, ideas have changed. We have cried together, we have laughed together, we have beat ourselves up, we have argued, we have done we have collaborated with one another. So it's a place of growth for me. And I am grateful that everyone is here again on this second journey. And please, honestly, watch out for this crew. We are going places. So thank you once again for everyone that has come here again to celebrate with us, to celebrate stories, to celebrate the desire to create a safe space for readers has grown into a movement, to celebrate confidence, to bring people together, and through joy and learning and building confidence, we've been able to achieve a lot. Thank you, everyone.
I say thank you, Dodger? Thank you, thank you, thank you. You really appreciate it. Can we celebrate her, please? So this reading club, Read with Dodger, is a testament to your passion, because she's a very passionate lady. She does wake people up in the morning with text messages, and she does follow you up and goes, have you read? Have you read? At least Google it. Have you read? Have you read? So, so she's a very, very passionate lady. The book club simply wouldn't be in a flourishing state without your dedication and your leadership. So everyone here this afternoon, your support is what transforms this from a simple reading club into a truly, truly remarkable community. We're here because of your dedications. Please celebrate yourselves. Right, okay, without further ado, we have one of our guest speakers is joining us virtually all the way from Australia. I know, so you can imagine what the time is in Australia this time. So it's really, 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 really doing us a big favor joining us online. I'd like to introduce him. I'll read just a few words about him. His name is Dr. David Onu. He's a medical specialist, academic, and a career reinvention coach based in Australia. He has lived and worked across Nigeria, the Caribbean, Australia, navigating different healthcare systems whilst building a life and career shaped by purpose, service, and growth. Alongside his clinical and academic roles as a clinical associate professor at the University of Tanzania, David supports professionals who look successful on paper but feels quietly restless inside. Those sensing that their next chapter needs clarity, courage, and alignment. He is the author of the Career Reinvention Blueprints, From Restless to Realigned, a reflective, practical book that explores reinvention not as a dramatic change, but as a thoughtful, value-led growth. Drawing from lived experience, leadership, research, David writes and speaks about identity, burnout, migration, and the quiet courage it takes to evolve with life. I've said so much, haven't I? Okay? So we cannot wait to listen to what he's got to say. Please, I want you to listen attentively, take notes, because this is the essence of this meeting here today. We take notes, we're intentional about what we hear. So please listen, take your time, listen, write, take notes, whatever. Thank you very much for your time. Dr. Onu. Sorry, Dr. Onu. I'm sorry.
Good morning. Please, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. So I bring you greetings from Tasmania in Australia. It's 1:46 a.m. and it gives me great joy to join your movement or your community or your safe space. I first met Doja from an introduction from a very good friend, and what I'm hearing today in your celebration of 2 years of listening to the inner voice, listening to the calling to form this group, this community is quite commendable. So I want to join everyone to congratulate all of you in the UK, in Manchester, for really going through this journey with Doja for the past 2 years. What you have is a safe space for readers, for people to express their ideas, for people to cry and love together. And I feel blessed to be amongst you. So the topic of my book is the Career Invention Blueprint. The book was written from my lived experience, and it also happened that I share similar sentiments with Doja in terms of having an inspiration. So I was sitting with this idea to write this book for a few months, and then one night on the 31st of July last year, I had an epiphany. I had what my colleague described as a teachable moment in which I got up from bed. I couldn't sleep. I was having a lot of flooding of ideas. And because I didn't want to waste it, I came out of the bed, groping in the dark, and just using my phone to shine light on the wall, the white wall on our room, in our room. And so I kept just scribbling. I'll go back to sleep, trying not to wake my wife, who was obviously sleeping from a tired day. I kept doing that back and forth until I just slept off. And when I woke up in the morning, lo and behold, what I had on my board was not just chaos, even though I write, I'm a doctor, so some of our prescriptions can be terrible writing. But what I had was, there was an order to it. It was actually the outline of this book. So that's why I feel it's an inspiration, because this sort of thing has not happened to me before. But I just didn't want to write a biography. So I went down to research, and being a clinical associate professor at the University of Tasmania, I knew better than to just tell anecdotal stories. So I dug deep through the work of psychologists like Frederick Herzberg and other writers, which I incorporated. But I also wanted to share experiences of other people whom I believe have lived the experience that I'm talking about. So I welcome 3 professionals from across the world. One of them is actually in the UK, Dr. Ola Van Steen, who is, used to be an intensive care physician with the NHS, and eventually left during the time of COVID to then form a travel business, which is quite flourishing. She's currently in Las Vegas attending a convention. And then the other 2 people are from Nigeria. One of them is Emily Wale Koya, who used to be a stay-at-home mom, struggling financially, but eventually got the courage to produce content and become a global influence, having clients from all around the world, telling them about branding, about confidence, about women rights, and things like that. I was quite inspired by that story. And then the last but not the least is a gentleman known as Dr. Ifeanyi Akaleme, also a Nigerian, but this guy was a houseboy at the age of 7, and had a lot of bitter experiences, rejection, poverty, and then had to live like that for a while till he turned 17. And then by the time he embraced education, worked on his confidence, believed in God, he eventually became a global influence, even studying in the United States and have it. So these were all stories that really blew my mind. So I integrated all of them to write a chapter each in the book. Now, the book, which I had the privilege to share with you, was launched in January by the Speaker of the House of Parliament in Tasmania. And we brought, like similar to what you guys are doing, brought the community and even the diaspora community together here to really share their experiences with reinvention, just to celebrate. But the essence of the book is that you do not necessarily reinvent yourself by resigning from your job, or by cleaning up your resume, or by burning your bridges, or by starting all over. But you reinvent yourself, just like Doja has done, by listening to the inner voice. The inner voice may be telling you things like I am discomforted or there is an inspiration. And that discomfort from the research by Frederick Herzberg can be pointing towards situational discomfort where you are not happy with the job because you're dealing with a very micromanager, or you're not happy with the pay, or you are being overworked, or you have some structural problems at work. In which case, what you have to do is just to talk to your boss, take a leave, restructure your work, or better still, to redesign your work or share the job so that it becomes workable. So those ones are just the situational discomfort. But if the discomfort you're talking about is more of growth, you're not feeling any accomplishment at work, you don't feel recognized at work, you don't feel, despite the high pay, you still feel this burning desire and lack of joy at work, then what you are going to have is what you're having is called growth discomfort, where you have to listen to that and find ways to either leave the job or reinvent yourself by incorporating other passions that will enable you to move on and deliver your best. So that is the premise of the book. And the book is written for anyone who may be in early career, who is asking, what is next for me? Or anyone in middle career who is quite misaligned at work, or even people who are not professionals, or people who are about retiring, because I talk about legacy, I talk about leaving a legacy. So the book is structured, as you may have, for those who may have read it, in three parts. Part one talks about my early story, and then the 7 steps to career reinvention. Part two celebrates the 3 co-authors, contributors, whom I have described, sharing their stories, their journeys, and just to see that reinvention is not career-based, it's not necessarily you have to be a doctor, a lawyer, or a financial expert, that could be across board. And part three then talks about retirement and then the tools of the trade. If I may use that. So now, my story is that in 2012, a year after migrating to Australia with my young family, I was a neurosurgeon, highly accomplished, very workaholic, but I had a very big realization that my wife, who then was 8 months pregnant, and also looking after my 1-year-old first son, was not coping. And I had to ask myself, is it still enjoyable if I become well accomplished at work as a neurosurgeon, apex of my profession, and then my family is lacking, my responsibility to my family is lacking in terms of looking after them. So it became the aha moment for me. So I had to utilize what I call the PAN framework. P for pause and pray. A means affirm positively and ask yourself the relevant questions like, how have I got to this point? And where am I headed? What can I do differently? R talks about reframing it positively and also reflecting. And then N is the next step. So not necessarily drawing up a 5-year blueprint or, trying to crash land, but just for me, the next step was I needed to still practice as a doctor, but not under the high intensity neurosurgical days, but that I was willing to incorporate other aspects of the gift that God had given me. So I went into community leadership, helped to found the Nigerian community in Tasmania. We inaugurated it, and then it blossomed, just like the community is blossoming there, into one of the most highly recognized communities in Australia. Then we also went to town to produce content. I started blogging, And that's really enabled me to refine my thoughts. And then I eventually wrote this book. So, but my journey has not been linear. What I want to encourage all of us is to, like a community has grown, to really work together, to connect, to listen to your inner discomfort, and then to work together and really bounce off ideas. I couldn't have written this book alone. It wouldn't have been the way it was. I met these three individuals on LinkedIn and connected with them, loved their stories, and said, can we do it? In fact, the person I wrote it forward, who is Dr. Ikechukwu Oko, is based in the UK. He's a medical specialist, ED physician in the UK. And I haven't met any of these individuals physically, but we feel like we are so close. And what he wrote was that at some point in your career, you meet that inner restlessness where you ask yourself, am I still traveling well? And when you do, that this book can be of help. So I want to know if there are areas you want me to dive deeper, or whether you have got questions, or if you can guide me as to how far you want me to go, because I can talk for the next 30 minutes if you let me.
Hello, sir. Thank you so much for sharing with us. We will ask questions. Let me just move away from the camera. No, I'm moving away from my projection. But so do we have any questions? If you bear with me, I'm just going to grab my microphone. Are you ready for the microphone? Thank you. Where is the other one? Link to it. Can you still hear me? Yes. Please bear with us whilst we sort out the So, do we have any questions for any questions? Yeah, so we have how many? Just one? If you can come forward, please. Questions? Okay, so we'll just take one question so that we can move on to the next speaker. So I think it's better if there is, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Fantastic, thank you. So thank you very much for that, the presentation you just given, sir. We're very grateful. So what's your question, please? Can you introduce yourself and tell us what the question is? If you move over here, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Hello everyone, my name is Ewe Ogali and I am a teacher. I have a question for you, sir. Thank you very much for gracing us your presence and with the timing and everything. So, as someone who may want to start up something, you made mention of something saying that you do not need to leave your present job, right, for you to be able to start up something successfully. So can you please talk about some systems that you, as one who wants to maybe start up a business or something else, a system that we can put in place? What I mean by systems, I mean that work-life balance can be very difficult sometimes. So what can we do to make it easier? I don't think it really gets easier. We just have to grow with the challenges. But what can we really do? What systems can we put in place as to timing, maybe planning and everything to help us reach our goals, maybe faster or even better? Thank you very much.
Can I have the mic?
Okay. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't get your name, but I really appreciate your question.
My name is Ogali.
Ogali.
Okay, Ogali, thank you. So thank you, Ogali. I understand your question. You say you're a teacher and you want me to talk about if one shouldn't leave his job to start here, and that is quiet pivot. So there are two ways. There's the bold leap and the quiet pivot. So quiet pivot is imagine you Imagine watching a circus where there are trapeze artists, where they are holding on to one bar and then swinging and then holding on to a second bar before they leave the first one. So it's called the quiet pivot. Quiet pivot is whereupon you are still maintaining your job as a teacher, for instance, and then you are exploring other possibilities while your job provides the sustainability in terms of the financial or even the credibility that you still register with your association and you still have your network. You are exploring something else. Let's say project management or software development or creating content. And then you continue to do that until it becomes profitable, and then you can drop some hours. Let's say you're working full-time as a teacher, you can drop some time to then focus more. So it is better for, in my opinion, and also in my experience as a coach, for people who love their career and perhaps they have that situational or even they grow discomfort, but they want to try something else. So rather than the bold leap where you just leave the whole thing you're doing and move to something else, the risk of the bold leap is that you may not be financially capable, you may not have saved enough, and you may not have tried the other skill. You may not have acquired the skills to then do the other stuff. So so I would suggest that the quiet pivot would be a more appropriate one where you continue to work, for instance, as a teacher, and then you're exploring doing some courses or learning on YouTube or, and then exploring the other passion or activity or job. And
Thank
then
you. Can I
once
stop
it
you there,
becomes more
sir?
profitable, then
I'm
you
so
can,
sorry. Can I stop you there, sir? The reason why I want to stop you, before you applaud, he has written a book. Sir, you've written a book, haven't you? The book is called, and we have read it within the book club, Copy. What did I say? Grab your copy. Where can they get the book, sir?
The book is available on Amazon and other major distributors as well. However, anyone that orders, can also order on the book website, which is Career Reinvention Blueprint. And anyone that needs autographed copy can do that through the website, and then it will be shipped from Tasmania EF. Otherwise, it's available on Amazon.
Thank you.
There are discounts too for bulk purchases, which includes coaching if it's more than 10. So information is available on the website.
Thank you so much. We can't thank you enough for giving up your time, for empowering us today. We're so grateful, sir. Can we please, it's online. He needs to hear the clap. We're so grateful. So can we do more, please? Thank you very much. And please, if you wish to get his books, you can get it from where he has, from where all the sources he has stated, and you can contact Dodger as well, who can link you up. So for the special discounts, wink, wink. We like discounts, don't we? I like discounts. For the special discount for the group purchase of the book. Thank you very much, sir. We're so honored to have you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Remain blessed, okay? I wish you more growth in your third year and more.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're grateful. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
So, I told you to relax. Okay, we're here until about 5 o'clock. We've got so much packed. It's not easy to be 2 years old, That's like 24 months. 24 months, it's not easy, So we're so excited to have you again. Those just joining us, we've got so much. We've got singing, spoken words, dancing, whatever, anything you want, within the literary circle. So we'll have our second speaker who is going to join us now. I will give you a bio in a minute. Okay, so we've got the next speaker. I will just introduce her. She's called Leah Chikamba Mulado. She's the founder and the CEO of Angels of Hope for Women, a Manchester-based organization delivering trauma-informed, culturally responsive support to African and minorized women experiencing isolation, inequality, and domestic violence. An award-winning social entrepreneur and a recipient of the African Business Chamber Social Enterprise Excellence Award. Leah is a We Are Right Here community champion and a board of member of Making Manchester Fairer. She works closely with local authorities, the NHS, the voluntary sector to influence policy, shape commissioning, and champion community-led system change rooted in a lived experience and social justice. Can we welcome with a round of applause Leah? You've got a PowerPoint? Can someone help her with the PowerPoint, please? About who are you giving to? Who are you lifting up? You might say, I'm nothing. I'm just a simple lady there. Who are you inspiring? Who are you mentoring? What are you passing on? So that's something to reflect on today. We had the program earlier on where we spoke to so many experts and specialist women and everything else. It was a very, very empowering session we had earlier on. So please think about that. So who is the woman that's inspired you or mentored you? Pass it on. Pass on the torch. Ignite. Ignite. Thank you very much.
Where shall I stand? Good afternoon, everyone. It's nice to see you all, and it's nice to see some of my friend ladies that I've not seen for a while. And it's just lovely to be here. I think for me, I'm just so happy that I can see so many people who are passionate about reading, because all this event is about reading. And what reading does to us is a lot. It makes you go places you never thought you would go, and that's because of reading and lifelong learning. I knew, me and Doja used to be neighbors. How many years ago? My son is now 20. How old is Tisha? They used to play with my son. My son is now at 20. So they were, how old were they? 16 years ago that I knew Doja, we used to live together. And we've not lost that friendship. We don't see each other often since we moved, but we've still kept that friendship. And for me, that is important because it's the same with reading. You need to keep that passion of reading. Reading is not just getting a book and reading. It implies studying, learning new things. And once you do that, you find that your life, you'll be excelling. So you've had my bio. So my name is Leah Chikamba Mlando. This is just some of the things that I've studied, that I've done. So I've got a BA honors in early years. I've got a master's in child psychology. I've got a master's in leadership and management. I'm also an early years professional. I'm a systems leader. And I've recently done my OPVA, which is the Older People's Violence Advisor. And then I'm also an associate lecturer at MMU. So I do teach child psychology and child development as well. So where can I start? Yeah, Tisha, next. Okay, so how I'm going to do this, I'll tell my own story and what reading or studying or continued lifelong learning has done to me and what opportunities it has given me. So I was taught to talk about strengthening communities through inclusion, diversity, and lifelong learning. So we all know that communities don't become strong by accident. They become strong when every voice matters. And what that simply means is when we say this is what we need and we are ahead and that need is given to us, that's when we thrive as communities. We see so many times that people will come and say, we are doing this research, we want this. They'll get the information but never come back to us. And that's one of the most frustrating things. But if we want to become strong, we need to make sure that our voices are heard, but then also that we also hear other people's voices within our own communities. That's me there. I'm part of the We Are Right Here campaign. So it's a national campaign, and the campaign is all about giving power to the community, so community power. The second one, there's only 2 of us from Manchester. So I'm one of the 2 here from Manchester. So we go different places to go and make sure that we are campaigning about ensuring that our communities, for me, obviously, it's mainly the black community, that we should be heard so that our, when people are coming to want to do things within our communities, they should hear our voice first. And I would give you an example. Those who live in Gorton, I live in Gorton. If you see at Tesco, they've done that nice little park, and that came as a result of City Council. They called a few people in the community. We had meetings. We actually had meetings with the architecture themselves. We told them, I was part of that, we told them how we wanted it to look, don't just bring something. And obviously, I'm sure they heard me because I like bright colors and there are some yellow chairs. I was like, yeah, they heard what I said. But that's the whole point is, starting from the baseline, you hear people, this is what we want, because we are going to be using that space. Our children use that space. Most of the time, my daughter will be coming from school. Every time she told me, oh, in Tesco, they were chasing these boys, they were stealing, they were doing this, they were doing that. Now that that park is there, they go and sit out there and they do things. And that's the importance of hearing people's voices, because they will tell you what they want, and when you give it to them, they will use it and they'll make use of it quite well. So that's me there. I go around campaigning, making sure that our voices are heard in different places as well. Okay. So, inclusion is not about being invited into the room. It's about feeling safe to speak once you are there. Because what's the point of being included in a room and then you're just sat there doing nothing? For me, inclusion is ensuring that when you get into that room, you are confident enough to speak. Inclusion is not a favor, it's a right. So no one is doing us a favor by bringing us here. It's our right, because we are all human beings, and it's our right to be included wherever we feel we need to be. That's me up there. I'm also part of the Live Well. I don't know if you all know the Live Well, yeah? So I'm also part of the Live Well, and because I want to make sure that I always say I am the person I've been waiting for. And once you start thinking like that, you take a step to do things, because you're not going to wait for anyone else. Because if you see something, this is the first time I heard when Doja came to our organization talking about books. I've never heard of an organization with black people where they're talking about reading. So I was like, what? This is really good. It's really, really good. And for me, it just shows that Doja obviously saw that there was a need somewhere, but she didn't just sit down. She took it upon herself to start something. And that something is empowering and it's helping so many people, but more so the children, because our children can see that this is happening. They would want to carry on this legacy that she has started. And that's the most important part of it. The picture down here, 3 weeks ago, I was in Coventry. If you can see me there in the orange, I was the only black person, I think, in the room. I was in Coventry at a labor conference. So the conference had all councillors for labor from all over the country. The people I'm sat with there, they are all leaders of city councils. There's a leader of city, I think the one sat next to me was a leader of city council in Nottingham. We had Oldham, we had Rochdale. I didn't see the one from Manchester, somewhere from London. Those are the people that I was sat with there. But my being there was not just going to sit there. It was going to make sure that my voice is heard when I'm sat there. And one of the first questions I asked them was, so we are talking about, because the reason I went there was about We Are Right Here campaign, community power. So I said, we are here talking about community power, bringing community leaders to these places so that they can tell you what they need. Yeah. How many community leaders were there? I was the only one. And the room went quiet for a bit, and then they clapped. I was like, why are you clapping? But it just goes to show that they are saying we are giving opportunities, but they are not. I was the only one, and I was all the way from Manchester. What about the rest of the people? Where are they? How are you going to hear their voice? So for me, I make sure that if I'm in a space, I'm in that space, you have to make sure that your voice is heard. We are not shouting or doing anything, but we are making constructive feedback and saying, if this is what you're saying. So I am hoping that the next time they do this, they will invite a bit more community leaders, because these are places that we need to be so that they can hear us. When they are doing a different, like if it's a campaign or something, you don't really hear what people want. But when you are sat in places like this, that's when you actually get to hear what people want. Yeah. So my story, finding my voice. So before I could strengthen a community, I had to find my own voice. I wear so many different hats. I do so many different things. So I actually, I've got a full-time job. So I'm a family hub lead. Those who know family hubs or Sure Start centers. So I manage 3 Sure Start centers, Longside, one in Ardwick, and one in Gorton, Mount Road. That's my full-time job. But then I also have a charity. Angels of Hope for Women. I started it, this will be 12 years now. And my organization, this last year gone, we had about a turnover of £300,000. That's an organization of someone who's actually working full-time elsewhere. I've employed staff members who work for the charity full-time. And there are a few reasons why I still work full-time. Obviously, number one, I want to make sure that I'm comfortable enough financially to be able to leave my full-time job. And my full-time job, I love it because I always say, love what you do and do what you love. So for me, a charity is not, it doesn't give me stress. It's not an add-on. It's a passion. It's something that I like. So I sing in the choir. I always go to church on Sunday. So singing in the choir is not an add-on. It's something that is part of my life. So I've got staff members who work for the charity on a full-time basis. And what I've done is I want to leave a legacy and make sure that people develop. And how I've done that is by me taking a step backwards. I only go there maybe once a week. So they are taking themselves, they're thinking, right, we've been put in charge. When you give someone charge, they will take initiatives to do things. If I'm there, sometimes I even go there, I see they're like relaxing and looking to me. So I'm like, right, so I think I've done a good thing to leave them, because now they have developed so well that both of them have now got their own organizations. They've actually opened businesses themselves, which is, for me, that's what empowerment means. And that's what lifelong learning means. Because I'm not there, they are learning things. And when you give people opportunity to learn, they always take it up and do what needs to be done. So just quickly, being part of Making Manchester Fairer for me means influencing systems so that they work for everyone. Being part of We're Right Here means standing up and saying communities know what communities need. If you don't see someone who looks like you at the table, prepare yourself to sit there one day. Yeah? So that's me there. As I've put here, CEO, 300K turnover. A board member making Manchester fairer. Community champion, that was me. We went to 10 Downing Street. We took a letter about community power. So I was given these opportunities, and I don't take them lightly. So when I'm there, I make sure that my voice is heard. And many a times, we don't realize, you just being there, you might think, oh, nothing will come of it. But so many people have started doing things because they saw me post that picture there, and they're thinking, if Leah can go there and can do that, we can also do something. It doesn't have to be that, but it has to be something that you yourself are passionate about. It's always good to learn from other people, but don't follow what they're doing. You've got your own, each and every one of us, we have our own paths. So Doja has been so successful in this, in her own organization. So if anyone wants to open an organization, don't say, I also want to start a book and book reading. No, what you need to do is go to Doja and say, you are so successful. What did you do to be successful? Because my passion is with this thing, and I want to do this very well. So we are not actually copying what someone is doing. Follow your own passion. When you follow your own lane, you will find yourself where God wanted you to be. I've got one of my friends. She was going to Birmingham or somewhere on the road, so on the motorway, and there was this car that was coming behind, so it overtook her. That guy was just driving. She looked and she told herself, why is he overtaking me? She started, that guy was just driving. She also started, she'll go in front of him, she'll go this, and when she's giving this story, we all laugh, but it's a very good story to learn from. In the way of doing that, that guy was probably going to London or somewhere, and he was just doing what you should do on the motorway. If someone is on this side, if you want to go faster, you go into the faster lane. But she went into competition with the person who didn't know. And you know what happened? She missed her turn. She went all the way somewhere, and by the time she realized she had to turn, it took her another 30, 45 minutes. She was late. She was one of the speakers. She was so late that she didn't even have to speak. So in life, you should not be into competition with someone who doesn't know. Just learn from them. Follow your own path. Yeah? Okay. I think I've got two more. So for me, inclusion is not just inviting people into a room. It's making sure they are heard once they enter. So for our children that we've got here, inclusion means everyone getting a turn to read. No one laughs at someone's accent. Every story matters. If you know your worth, it doesn't matter where you find yourself. You are not going to change. Whether today they tell you to clean toilets, that's fine. Because that toilet is not going to change you. You already know who you are. And nothing around will change you if you know your own worth yourself. And for us as adults, inclusion means fair access to opportunities. How many of us get opportunities? If not a lot of us, for those of us who get opportunities, what do we do with those opportunities? Because most of the times, it's not that the opportunities are not there, but it's because we prioritize other things than the opportunities. Then when you see someone taking that opportunity and doing something or running with it, they're facing, that one knows how many things does she do? She's this and she's this, because she's taking on those opportunities, because the others are just sitting down. So if we don't take those opportunities, all of us are going to suffer. So you might as well, if you are the only person, then just take that opportunity and run with it as well. Adults, we should make sure that there's representation in leadership for us as adults, Black adults, and we should also challenge the unconscious bias. Sometimes you go in a room and you are thinking, oh, because I'm Black or because I'm the only woman, nothing will work for me. Start thinking in a different way. Books give us new worlds. Diverse stories build empathy. Lifelong learning keeps communities open and not closed. A reading group is not just about books. It's about belonging. And I think I'll go to... so lifelong learning creates stronger communities. Communities grow stronger when children see themselves in stories. Adults keep learning beyond school. Elders share wisdom, leaders listen. I stand in spaces that matter because I believe every child in this room can one day stand there too. And I think that was, yeah, that is just my last slide, just to show off. Because sometimes it's good to show off. We do these things. If you don't show off, who is going to show you off? No one. So that's me there. These are all the different opportunities that I've had and I've taken on them. Thank you very much.
Galia, thank you so much. Please, let's celebrate her. As she said, it's so empowering and inspiring to see women who've done it. You know, you go, yeah, I can do that as well. You know, Leah's done it, Dodger's done it, I can do that as well. Thank you so much for sharing your journey. And I hope everyone's been taking notes so that you know what to do. Remember, don't copy. Don't copy. You know, we've heard the story. Yeah, don't copy and paste, you know. You can chat GPT it, but don't copy and paste. Do we have any questions for Leah? Any questions? Okay, we have one already. Can we go over there, cameraman? Can my mic go over there? If you please stand up. Oh, you've got one question. So we're just going to take 2 questions and then we'll go into a quick break. Okay, the first question, please, ma'am, if you come here. I don't think my mic can. Okay, there you go.
Thank you very much for that inspiring speech. I just wanted to ask how you found your voice. Could you give us some?
Thank you. So quickly, I think from when I was young, I've been in leadership positions, but without realizing that much about it. I used to be a head girl, I used to be a prefect. You know, it starts small like that. But then when I started working, I thought to myself, when I came into this country 23 years ago, I thought to myself, I think I can do this. Because every time I'd go for an interview, I would get the interview. And it's how I spoke that I realized I'm good at talking. So let me do this. So every time I'm given an opportunity, I would take it. Whether it's at work, sometimes it was a bit stressful, but I wanted to see if I could do it. So I keep taking opportunities. They're saying there's this, I would go. There's this, I would go. And I think through that, it helped me to say, actually, I can do this. And every time I spoke, people listened. People would do whatever it is. So that's how I found my voice. And when I found my voice, it's never gone back in.
When she found her voice, let's go to church. When she found her voice, amen. Amen, sister. Okay, so yeah, the next question, please. Thank you.
I noted that in one of the slides, and even you mentioned it, that inclusion is not about being just invited into the room. It is about feeling safe enough to speak. So I'm just wondering, how safe enough can a room be before you can speak? Okay, you understand? Yes. Okay, because I'm saying this from my experience, from a kind of experience. I am a very introvert person. Okay, but I love speaking. I have a lot of ideas in my head. But you when you read the room, sometimes you are not comfortable. So how safe enough can a room be before you start expressing yourself?
Thank you. So it's not about the room being safe. It's about you looking at the room and thinking, I can still do this. So it's about your own confidence and how you see yourself. Because you might find, we are all different. There are people who talk too much. There are people who don't talk. And in life, people will still say, she's fat, she's skinny. She drives a small car, drives a big car. So at the end of the day, people will say. So it's up to you to think to yourself and say, you go in a room and thinking, okay, this is a room. Whether you are introvert or whatever, you just put your hand up and speak. Just whatever it is, speak. And if you are not being listened to, in meetings that I go to, some of them, I'm like, excuse me, I put my hand up first before this person. So it's just having that confidence, not in a rude way, but in a nice way. It helps you and once you are ahead it will boost you, it will give you the confidence to keep doing it and keep doing it again. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. Right, another question. So we'll just take 2 more questions so that we can move on to the next
item we have on the program. So coming to you, can you introduce yourself and then you ask the question? Thank you.
My name is Folashade Brown Oyebode. My question is, you talked about not copying. In everything we do, God is the only original person. So you copy from what God has done and then you have your own idea. Like we are all here today, there are a lot of ideas spinning through your head. You're forming things based on what people have done and what they've said they've done. So in the instance of you going out to do your own thing, it could be similar because you took inspiration from what they have done. But how do you differentiate that from copying? Because the person may say, oh, she's going to start a foundation, she's copying me. Is that copying?
So, what copying is you internally, not even what people see, it's what you yourself are doing that thing for. So are you doing it for yourself or are you doing it because Leah is so successful in that? If you go to Rashom, Carry Mile, how many shops, how many takeaways are there? You know, it's not that they know that there is a need there for the people they want to eat. So they've all got different shops of the same thing. They might put a little bit of diverse to it, but it's the same thing. So for me, copying is where you think you want to do what Leah has done because you want to be me, what I've been, but it's about you yourself personally. You can have a charity. There's so many women or so many men who need help. We can have hundreds of mental health charities. There's hundreds of funding that would come. So it doesn't mean if you come to ask me, say, Leah, I'm trying to open a charity about domestic abuse, I'm not going to say I'm copying you. But what will make you fail is the reason you are doing it. If you are doing it to overtake me, what I've done, you will fail. But if you are doing it passionately, you'll be so successful.
That's a very, very, very good answer. Thank you so much for that. So we have the final question.
It's not actually a question. I just wanted to add to the question she asked, like, just speak, okay? You may fail. You may not say the right thing. You may have grammatical errors. Just speak. Somebody will grab what you have to say, and they will lean towards it, and they will be successful, and you will be heard. So it does not matter if they look like lions or tiger or whatever. Look above their head and speak. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ma. She was one of the speakers. You know, I told you we had an event earlier on for the International Women's Day. She was one of the speakers who spoke. Oh my goodness, she's a powerhouse. So I'm sure this is recorded, so you can go back and have a listen to that as well. Okay, well done, everybody. Are you enjoying it so far? Are you enjoying it so far? I cannot hear you over there. Are you enjoying it so far? So this is Read with Dodger. We're celebrating our 2nd year anniversary. Do you have a question? Okay. I'll give you a minute. Less than a minute because you're part of the house.
Yeah, I was just going to say, yes, you can. You said, say what you like to say, just speak. I don't quite agree with that. And the reason why I say so is you using your opportunity and giving the next person a chance. So if you say just what you want to say, remember that you're a role model, you're an ambassador for another black person. So if you go there and say the wrong thing, you spoil the opportunity for the next person behind you. So whenever you have a mic to say something, say the right things.
My question is how, but I'll say
I'll say. Okay.
Exactly.
I think.
You can't even go there and say the wrong thing anyway. You
Okay. Yeah, that's true. I think the conclusion of the matter is, wherever you are, use wisdom and speak. Okay? So the next thing we're having now is a break. A quick break for 10 minutes. In fact, okay, 5 minutes, but there's a lot of people. Well, we'll do 10 minutes. Okay, so we've got drinks there, we've got cakes, we've got hot drinks. Please help yourself and come back. If people are settled before the end of 10 minutes, then we will start, so that we've got quite a lot of things to go through. Thank you. Next item we have on our program. You know, I did promise you quite a few things. I promised you speakers, music, dancing, spoken words. It is now time for spoken words. Can I have the Gen Zs in the house? Yeah, we're all Gen Zs, right? Even the baby boomers.
We're all Gen Zs. So what do you do? Let me test you. What do you do when you really appreciate spoken words? What do you do? What do you do? Can you come? Okay, we've got the Gen Zs in the house, the clock, and so you don't applaud. You just go, oh, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Okay. So I will just introduce the speaker, the person who's going to take the spoken words. So her name is Rosha Dunkins. She's a Manchester-based multidisciplinary artist working across visual art. Well, working across visual art, performance, and spoken words. Our practice explores memory, diasporal identity, and the lived experiences of Black women. She's rooted in our Caribbean heritage. Our work examines erasure and fragmentation whilst envisioning spaces of repair, connection, and collective empowerment. Can we make her welcome? You can clap now. We'll save the clicking until later, when she's done it. Thank you. Can we encourage her, please? Thank you.
Hi everyone, good afternoon, good evening. Hope you're having a good day with Doja. I was invited to read some poetry, so I'll get into it. I've got a few poems. This one is called Songs of Repatriation. Displaced objects tell silent stories as old as time. Residual spirits linger in these exhibitions. If you listen closely, you hear warning signs on a beating drum, echoing from the basement and throughout the museum. Captors have come to inspect these lived-in cultures and where they came from. Dissecting minds, colonizers' fingers at the end of bloody hands. Reach in and take, reach in and blur lines. If you look closely, you see the purpose of the object versus what it's become. No providence to call home, reduced to aesthetics and bare material. Is a stool not to sit? A spoon not to eat? A pipe no longer to smoke? Keep following the sounds of the beating drum through hidden tunnels and hidden doors. Benin's bronzes locked away in an archive, assessed for their value, cared for by Western eyes, stripped of their culture to measure how civilized. But heavy still are the chief staff and the king's crowns. Unfamiliar gazes cannot kill spirits of the time. But ghosts of what they were before line shelves and fill rooms under museum floors. Filing cabinets packed with heads, statues bound with plastic wrap. Handle these stolen artifacts with care. Place them in archives with gloved fingers. Label them, unable to locate where they came from. Fading sounds of a beating drum falls on deaf ears. Subtracted to control and displace and added to the collection. Imagine that the gut of the museum was sliced open and all of its contents came spilling out, flowing like old blood out and forward into the hands of the diaspora. Imagine that these displaced objects found space to rest their spirits. Songs of repatriation echo throughout, retelling histories that remind us of home and erasing parts that do not belong. Thank you. This next one is...
Can you feel it? Can you feel them? She can't feel you
I feel
yet.
the energy.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
This next one is a short one. It's called Three Little Black Boys. I saw three little black boys in the bushes one day. I asked where their mother was, and one of them ran away. Into the tall grass they ran, and without a thought, my legs they followed. Past the long reeds, down by the riverbank, through the thick mud they ran, barefoot, with laughter on their faces and freedom in their hands. Thank you, thank you. Since it's Mother's Day as well, oh sorry, not Mother's Day, International Women's Day, I found some poems that I wrote previously about women, so they can add to the day. Mothers, mothers, mothers. My mother tells me all that she knows as she retightens my locks. Mother's mother's mother. My mother tells me all that she knows as she retightens my locks, embedding seeds of knowledge and wisdom, for no matter how many times she repeats the process, unkept roots can become undone. She is sure to tend to my fruit so that it can't be harvested by anybody else. I thank my mother's mother's mother. Thank you. The last one now. This is more about my Caribbean heritage and thinking about my grandmother. So again, for International Women's Day. Sunday dinner consisted of rice and peas if you grew up where I'm from. Trips to the local Indian shop on the high street in the week. Pick up some yam and bananas and gunga peas. Songs of praises in the background whilst the ghost of the rice steams. No rattling pot lids on the stove this Sunday. It's usually the breadwinner who cooks the dinner all day. Start with preparing the massacred meats the night before. Marinate with spices of home brought to our front door. I watched Tom and Jerry whilst I waited for Sunday dinner. Tray of chicken browning in the oven, gravy bubbling up and greens cooking. Red sweet peppers in the mac and cheese, flavors too adult for my unripened tongue. Gotta wait until the plantain is a little brown. At this point, the kitchen was sizzling. Tropical reggae, calypso, hips swinging. Is dinner ready yet? She asked with her long belly, but Mama grabs her hands and they twist in the alleyway of the kitchen, dancing like nobody's there and singing like no one's listening. Quick, tear off a wing whilst no one's looking. My idle hands put back to work. Chop up tomatoes and shake off the lettuce. Sunday dinner soon done. Sunday dinner soon come. Grandma always packs your plate with too much rice. Spoon over some gravy, that mac and cheese looking real nice. Back then, I'd forget to give thanks to my food. I used to eat my fill on Sundays. Now I'm always grateful. But Sunday dinners don't come like this no more. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think you can celebrate how we're clapping now. Thank you so much for that. And it's a platform to celebrate others, isn't it? So thank you so much for attending. And we want to celebrate her as well. So clap for her again, please. Fantastic. Right. So this is a book club. In case you don't know, Read with Dodger. We read a lot of books. I'm privileged to be part of the reading club as well. So far this year, and the last, because we had a 1-year anniversary, so in the last 12 months, we've read 12 books. Can we project the 12 books as well? So it will come, roll on. So we've got 12 books. So this is the time to test people. Let's see if you still remember. Okay, start Googling it in a minute. So what we'll do is I will read out some quotes and I'll see if you can guess where it's come from. I know, it's a difficult one, isn't it? But you know, let's see how it goes. So these are the books we've read so far. Can you celebrate yourselves? You've read a lot of books. Well, we have read a lot of books. Some people have not finished the books. You know, they've just Googled the summary and got the extracts and the lessons from the books. But well done, everybody. So the first one is silence, please. Silence. Your story is worth telling, even if your voice shakes. Your story is worth telling, even if your voice shakes. We'll have can anyone remember where that's come from? So these are the clues, right? Did you check? Did you copy? No. Can we celebrate her? She's a star student, Finding Me. That's a finding. Oh, who was going to say that as well? Oh, you were going to say that. They're star students. Both of them are star students. Well done. Can we celebrate her, please? Okay, the other one is love can survive many things, but silence can slowly destroy it. So love can survive many things, but silence can slowly destroy it. Anybody? Any takers? Any other takers? Any other takers? Is this the we were going with? Well done, star students! Okay, I'll give you the final one. I think this one, the answer is in it. People can disappear the moment Wahala enters the room. And they're all-star students. Can you celebrate yourselves? You're all-star students. Well done. So we've read 12 books. Look at them, 12 books. And they've been able to guess at least 3 of them. Well done, star students. Read with Dodger in the building. Right, so we have the next item on the list. We have another speaker for us today. We're so privileged to have so many wonderful speakers and experienced speakers. We have another speaker for us today. Her name is Tanya. I will just introduce her and she's going to come up. So Tanya is the director of TC Publishing, a renowned award-winning publisher dedicated to empowering authors globally. As the author of 5 books, Tanya has made appearances in over 100 podcasts, showcasing her expertise as a much sought-after speaker. Passionate about writing, goal setting, and conquering challenges, she regularly hosts events on these themes. With an innovative approach to the publishing industry, Tanya ardently believes in empowering writers to share their unique stories and wisdom. She stands as a beacon of inspiration for those eager to tread the path of self-expression and storytelling. Can we welcome Tanya to the podium? Thank you.
Have you ever met anybody that has a story but they've never shared it? You say to them, you should write a book, but they haven't done it. Just put some hands up in the room. Okay, I'm in the right room. I was one of those people that had a story but scared to share it. I was insecure, low self-esteem, lack of confidence, and my mum always said to me, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. And she kept repeating that positive spiritual affirmation over me until I had to believe it myself. And I took a one-way coach ticket from Birmingham to Manchester to study to be a teacher. And I was told I would amount to nothing, you wouldn't be able to do it. And you may have heard some of these stories yourself personally. Some of you are shaking like, yeah, that's my story. But I didn't let that hold me back. I was a sleeping lion, but I decided that I'm going to wake up and pay attention. And no longer am I going to stand on the sidelines and watch other people achieve their goals and other people using their voice to make a greater impact in other people's lives. So I came to Manchester 20 odd years ago, and I'm married, been married for 25 years. Okay, I'll say that again. I've been married for 25 years. Thank you. I have 2 amazing children. My son's 19, my daughter's 23. And when I came to Manchester, I thought I'm going to just study and go back, but I stayed. And I came out of my shell, and I started to use my voice. And I was a lecturer for 15 years. And then in 2018, I decided I'm going to quit my job and start my own publishing company, TC Publishing. And that's what I did. And I started to use my voice to make a greater impact. But not only that, is encouraging others to do the same. And fast forward 8 years, I have 65 authors. I have one of them in the room, and she's travelled all the way from the Netherlands because we had an event this morning, and she came, and it's just amazing to see other people using their voice to make a greater impact. And your audience may not be hundreds and thousands. It could be a community of 4 people, 3 people. But whatever your audience is, I encourage you to use your voice to make a greater impact in other people's lives. And I'm going to just share my framework with you very quickly. And it's a 4-step framework. And I'm just encouraging you in the room, if you have a story to share, whether it's part of your story, whether it's about your community, whatever it is, and it doesn't have to be war and peace. It can be just this small thing that you want to share. It doesn't have to be in a book. You can share it on your platform. You can share it in church. You can share it in your community group. Wherever it is, I encourage you to share your story, because other people can be impacted by what you share. So the first thing is to focus your thoughts, because when you focus your thoughts, it brings clarity to what it is that you want to share. And we've heard it before. Oh, you haven't got nothing to share. Why should you share that? Your story is not impactful. And you hear all these different things, but share it. My story, I always share about my mom had me in the 70s, 16 and pregnant, told to leave home, but her beginning wasn't her end. And I'm encouraging you in the room that your beginning doesn't have to be your end. She was the first person in her family to graduate university and become a social worker. If a 16-year-old can do it, I'm telling you it's possible. And I'm encouraging you in the room, don't think at your present circumstances. Don't look at your now, look at where you want to be and the people that you want to encourage. So focus your thoughts. The A is for assess the power of your mind. Your mind is a very powerful tool. If you think you can't, you won't. But if you think you can and it's possible, you go for it. You don't think about the present circumstances, looking to the left or to the right. When I quit my job in 2018, I've never run a business before. And I thought, how am I going to do this? But I did it. I have staff, editors, formatters, cover designers, 65 authors, books on Amazon. We're an award-winning company. And I don't say these things to impress you, but I say these things to impress upon you that it's possible. Whatever it is that you want to do, use your voice in your community, wherever it is that you are, in the workplace, in your business, in your organization, in your family, use it. And then the S is for stop that stinking thinking. That hit deep. Okay. Stop that stinking thinking. Because oftentimes we talk ourselves out of things. But we have to serve notice to those things that no longer serve us. So today is the day that we stop saying those negative things. I can't, it's not possible. Leon Brown said, it all begins and ends with your mind. Because what you give power to has the power over you if you allow it. But today is the day that we're serving notice to those negative things, and we're going to say it's possible and I can do it. And the last thing, you've heard so many amazing things today, it's about taking action. Because action changes things. It's not about just hearing those things and sitting on it, but it's about taking action. Go for it. So I encourage you to focus your thoughts, assess the power of your mind, stop that stinking thinking, and take action now. So use your story, your voice, to make a greater impact in other people's lives. Thank you.
Can we celebrate Tanya again, please? That was short and punchy. Can we celebrate her again, please? Can you clap? Thank you so much for that. Right, I want to test people to see if they've been listening. Okay, can someone just summarize what Tanya spoke about? We do this a lot in the reading club, so summary of books and all that. We've got a key student there. A key student there. Can you come out? Oh, don't worry. I'll come to you. Don't worry. I'll come to you. I'll come to you. Coming to you, so we can hear you. And that's why I don't want to come to you. Yeah, thank you. I figured. Thank you. Use your voice. We want to hear your beautiful voice. Star students.
So it's very quick and very short. Stop the stinking thinking and move on. Get it, go and do it. Very short.
Thank you. That's what she's gathered from it. So just do it. As it says, Nike, just do it. Just do it. So I promised you dancing as well. I wasn't joking. Can we have a chair? Can we have a chair? I promised you dancing. Are you excited about the dancing? Are the dancers ready? Are the dancers ready? Is the music... Okay, let's see if the DJ is ready. So we don't need to introduce you, right? So we're just going to clear. Or do you want to be... Yeah, do you want us to tell them a bit about you? What's your name? Okay, come over and just introduce yourself before you officially come on to dance. So tell us about yourself.
Hi, I'm Favor. Hi, I'm Ayo. And we're actually college friends. And we're going to be dancing today. We're really excited.
We can't wait to have you. Is the DJ ready for them? Are you ready? He's ready. Okay, thank you very much. Over to you.
When we push action, we are turning it up. Shana ready, let's and this. We are bringing it up. Pull up. Hard, girl, there, and I want to pull up. Shana ready, let's and this. We are bringing it up. Hard, girl, there, and I want to pull up.
Well done, guys. Well done. Thank you so much. Woo! Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. DJ, can we please celebrate them? Thank you so much for that artistic presentation. You know, it's important to give the next generation a voice. And thank you for your bravery coming out here, because it's not easy to stand here and then to dance the different beats. So thank you so much. You are celebrated. We appreciate you. And we cannot wait to see where this is going to go, because it's going to go places. Okay? So thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Please celebrate them. So I promised you quite a lot earlier on, right? I promised spoken word. Have I delivered? Yes. Speakers, have I delivered? Yes. Fun, have I delivered? Yes. Fantastic. Right, the next thing now is another form of empowerment. Talking about our future generations. So we've got a group here, a Regal group, that will come and make a presentation. Are you ready for us? Yes. Sorry, are you? Yeah, okay. So they're just going to come up and tell us what they do. If you bear with me. Sorry, they're called, Abacus Presentation, part of the Regal group. So they'll just give us some presentations. Once again, you know, they will speak for a few minutes, but if you want more information about what they're talking about, please just go behind and see them there. They've got their stand there. Thank you very much. Please welcome them. Welcome them. You can do better. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. And congratulations to Read with Doja and the team. Should I say coincidentally or gladly? Regal groups also aligned with that vision. You can't achieve anything if you're not a reader.
The secret to success is inside the book. The more you read, the more you go higher, the more you know. And ignorance is not an excuse. Yeah. So thank you. Good job. You're doing a great one. My name is Yejide, and I'm here representing the Regal Groups. And basically what we do is to ignite the fire in the life of the children. We believe that when the fire is ignited, it's easy to keep it burning. And what we believe in is supporting them. We cover programs like academic support, where we teach them from early years, year 1 through A-levels. We also counsel and support. Some children are doing very well, but they are getting overwhelmed or scared of something. And some kids too, even while in school, they are not able to fit in. And unfortunately, some of our children are excluded, not because they are not brilliant, but because of behavioral issues, something that happened along the way that was not attended to in time. And that is what we do. And not just that, we also support parents. It's so good, I won't say unfortunate, that a lot of us have kids in schools that we don't even know what they are doing. I work with a lot of parents and I ask them, what set is your child in school? Some parents will tell you, I don't know. Some will tell you, my child is doing well. Then I'll say, can I speak with that child? And unfortunately, the child will say, I'm in foundation. So many of our children that are brilliant are where? Are put behind, while their seat is supposed to be in front. If you even see the result, you can't even interpret it. Schools A results is different from school B. What happens? They're hiding the real fact from us. And until the children are now in year 11, then we start to run helter-skelter. Why? To meet up. We don't want them to fail. And that is why we are here to support every child and every parent. And I know we'll all see good results. All right. So in Regal Achievers, apart from that, we also, that's a paid arm of what we do in Regal Groups. And just because of our vision and our passion to see every child succeed, we also have the charity arm. Like today, we just came from there. Every Saturday morning at Big Asda in Etihad, we always have a breakfast class for children where we teach them everything about self-confidence, cognitive development, a lot of things. Until you come there, I can't say it all. Though I'm not going to talk about that much today than encourage with parents, please, let's be intentional. I like the keyword intentionality. You can't achieve anything without intentionality. There is excuse for everything. I tell some group of women that I belong to a group with them, and I tell them, what is the difference between busyness and effectiveness? We are all busy. Busy doing what? Are you busy doing the right thing? So this moment, please, I'm admonishing each and every one of us. Not because of you as a mother, as a grandmother, as an auntie, not just that, but because of these futures, we need to set them right. We need to position them in the right way that they will flourish and succeed. We don't want to grow into our old age and still be burdened with the fact, like, keep nursing them. No. We want to feed them with everything. It's just because I don't have much time, I prepared a spoken word for your theme, Lighten the Path. We need to lighten the path for this generation. Please, let's all burn the candles for them. Let's sow the right seed now. Thank you. All right, so quickly, would you start first? Thank you. Would you start first? Okay. All right, so let me quickly start. We also do abacus. Now, in Regal Achievers Education, we've discovered that there are some children that they want to learn. But some of them see learning as boring. Some of them see it as tiring. And that's why you see a lot of them, they can watch cartoon for God knows when. They won't tell, they won't complain. But the moment you say, go and bring your book, then, oh. So in Regal Achievers, we partner with a lot of countries like India, China, and we introduce demystified pedagogies that will make learning fun. So you see the children that comes my way, they will tell you, if I'm with Auntie Ejide, it's always funny and I'm learning. And that is one of the things Abacus does. We do a lot of things like Rubik's Cube and those things. But for today, we're going to quickly present the Abacus and the Vedic Maths. Now, what is Abacus? Abacus is a tool used for doing mathematical operations, like the addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And we believe that if we introduce mathematics as a language, just like when you're teaching a child to read, you start with the letters, the sound, they start to mix it with 2 letters, 3 letters, word, sentences. That is how we believe mathematics should be taught. We don't want to have our children have phobia for mathematics. If I do a short survey now, and I ask what's your favorite subject, out of 10, maybe 4 will say mathematics. But we don't want that in this generation. Why? Because there are more diversified ways to teach mathematics, and mathematics is a must-have life skill. You're going to have, you work, you get your salary, you calculate your tax, you check, and so many children, so many people that hate numbers, research has shown that they also don't dare big figures. When you hear billions now, millions, there are some people that immediately they're withdrawing. So it shows that it's rooted to the foundational fear for numbers. All right, so quickly, before I continue, let me quickly do a drill with my young champion here. Can you tell us your name, please?
My name is Kingston.
Okay, so I won't be using the mic. Breathing. Out. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Moving 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, minus 4, plus 2, plus 2. What do you have?
4.
Okay. Clear your abacus. Moving 50, minus 50, plus 40, plus 50, minus 90, plus 5, plus 4, minus 9, plus 50, plus 40. What do you have?
90.
Good job. Clear your abacus. Good job. Moving 200, plus 200, minus 400, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, minus 4, plus 5, plus 4, minus 9, plus 2, plus 2, minus 4, plus 20, plus 20, plus 50, plus 5. What do you have? Okay, don't worry. Breathe in, out. Where's Arif? Come on, guy. Pardon me. I have my young champion here today as well. So we don't do rehearsal. So we have an ambassador in the house, Mommy Adebinkpe. So she knows how we do it. So this is not like they've rehearsed before now. No, this is what they can do. So I'll come back to you. Catch your breath. Arif, are you ready? All right, position your finger in the air. Moving 1, plus 1, plus 1. What do you have?
3.
Good job. Clear your abacus. Moving 2, plus 2, minus 4, plus 5, plus 4. What do you have?
9.
Good job. Clear your abacus. Moving 20, plus 20, minus 40, plus 50. What do you have?
50.
Good job. Now, he just met me here. He didn't even know, Mommy didn't even know we'll be here. So do you know that now in school, do you agree with me that he will love maths or he will hate maths? What's your favorite subject?
Multiplication.
Okay, multiplication, because we also do that in Vedic. All right, so before we continue, I'll quickly ask him, using the Chinese method of doing, the Indian method now of doing mathematical operation, for example, multiplication. Okay, so I'll quickly ask him a question so I can give you the mic. All right, 25 times 25 is?
65.
Good. 45 times 45 is?
2025.
Good job. 24 times 11 is?
264.
32 times 11 is?
352.
Good. All right, because we don't have much time. So this is just a little of what we do. So we make learning interesting, we make it fun, and we make them lovers of mathematics and learning. Now, what does Abacus do? It helps develop the complete hemisphere of the brain. And once the complete hemisphere of the brain is developed, what happens? The child will be able to learn in class, their comprehension skills increase, and Abacus helped improve the logic reasoning, problem-solving skills, and creativity. And that is what we stand for at Regal Achievers Educational. And I would admonish each and every one of us, please, at the end of the program, you can meet us over there. But before I leave, this little girl has done a lot of rehearsals in her spoken words. So I can't afford not to give her the mic. Please listen and please clock it when you appreciate. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone, and congratulations to Reading with Doja 2 years anniversary. My name is Royal Oluwafemi, and today I'm going to be presenting to you an original spoken word titled My Skin is Golden. My skin is golden, not just in color, but in strength, in history, in purpose, and in glory. I shine without trying, I glow without fear. I walk like a story the world needs to hear. My skin is golden, the sun knows my name. It kisses me gently and whispers, shine again. Golden like sunrise, bright and bold. Golden like the treasures kings used to hold. Golden like courage that never gets old. Golden like the power, priceless yet untold. My skin is a story of those who rose, who danced through fire and still glowed. My skin is a painting, my masterpiece, my crown. I wear it with glory and I will never let it down. I stand tall, I stand proud, I stand bold, because I know who I am, a child of light, a child of gold, a child of power. And when I walk into a room, the world shines too, because golden light shines through the inside and beams straight to the whole world. And that's my superpower, my win, my gift, my crown. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And please, to round it up, I'm done. To round it up, like I said, we have free poetry class for kids. We have free creative writing class for kids. We also have our paid arms anyways. But our intention is to support the development of a total child. A child that is good academically, socially, morally, and spiritually. We have free Bible school, a lot of free programs. You can scan our QR code, but if you come behind, I'll give you my number so that I can add you to our groups for free classes. Thank you, Read with Doja. Thank you, everyone, and God bless you.
Thank you so much. Absolutely fantastic. You know, talking about impacting the next generation, this is what it's all about, right? So the little girl, the little boy who started here, years from now, they will remember that, you know what, we came here and I was encouraged. So please, let's celebrate them one more time. So if you want more information, please just go over there and speak to them about it. Right. So it's a reading club. It's Read with Doja is a reading club, right? So I just have some few bits and bob to test you guys on again. I know I'm back. Key students, are you ready? Are you ready? This is just a quick one anyway. So I'll ask you a quick question, fire questions, and then you just shout out the answers. I trust you. Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm getting the vibes from this side. I'm not getting the vibes from that side. Okay, what are they? Oh my God. Ooh, that's a roast. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, now, okay, are you ready? Oh my, I don't think I'm going to get into this. So I'm just going to crack on with the questions. So, physical book or are you a physical book reader or e-reader? I can't, you know what? The person, if we hear your voice, you will win the challenge, sort of. So, e-book or physical book? Huh? I think, I can't hear you guys though. Physical, I think physical won that one. Audio book or podcast? Audio book or podcast? Read in the bed or on the couch? Read in bed or on the couch? I can't hear you. Okay, you guys, I can't hear the winning voice though. Okay, do both of them. Okay, we'll go with that. Bookmarks or folded pages? You know when people are reading, when they fold the pages. So do you want the sophisticated approach? Oh my God, you know, I'm just going to put a bookmark in this, or you fold it to remind yourself later. So bookmark or bookmark or folded? Oh my God, she's thrown another roast at you guys. She said, those who fold the pages don't read the books. Okay. I think the battle will continue much after this event. Okay, it has been drawn now. So without further ado, we have to welcome our final speaker for this evening, this afternoon evening. We have, if you bear with me, one house, please. We have our speaker, final speaker for the evening. I'll just introduce her. She is Abisonia Ebenezer Bamigbayon, a multifaceted professional with a commitment to positive transformation, a distinguished professional dedicated to facilitating positive change in individual lives through counseling, coaching, mentoring, public speaking, writing, and the application of positive psychology principles, neuro-linguistics, programming, emotional freedom techniques, matrix reprint. I can go on and on and on. With over a decade of experience in educational environments, she holds a Master of Science in Counseling, Positive Psychology, and as well as a postgraduate degree in Teaching and Learning from Manchester Metropolitan University, which has contributed to her expertise in her field. She's also a member of the British Association of Counseling and Psychotherapy, National Council of Integrative Psychotherapists. Oh my goodness, with so much pleasure, I'd love to welcome our speaker. Can we have you, please? Thank you. Can we make her welcome? Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, or is it good afternoon now? First, in between. First, I just want to thank the hosts. You've been doing such an amazing job. Thank you so much. And I also want to thank Team Doja and Doja herself. Thank you so much. You know, my dad was the person that instilled the love of reading in me. He used to work in the Ministry of Education. And I remember then he always bring books, because when authors release book, they always take it to the Ministry of Education. So what that means is that my dad will come home with fresh book, and I have to ensure that I'd read the one he has brought the previous day. So imagine me trying to cook, and then I'm holding a book. I'm eating, I'm holding a book. I'm going out, I'm holding a book. So it was part and parcel of me. And when I heard about Read with Doja, I was just like, wow, I can't believe people still have time to read these days. That was so, so amazing. Because like all the speakers have said, there are so many things that are eating in a book. Until you open that book, you will not find the treasures that are inside. There are so many stories that are in there that will inspire you. But today, I'm here to talk about my book, and it's called Inner Harmony, Resilience Beyond Chronic Stress and Burnout. Have you ever felt so tired that even your tiredness will be tired of you? So if you know you felt that, please put your hands up. Let me see that I'm not alone. Fantastic, I'm in the right place. I wrote this book not because I'm the best writer, but because I felt my story needed to be told. And I know that there are so many women that are going through similar things, but they might not necessarily want to tell their story. And at the end of the day, we keep going through the same circle over and over again. I was very, very tired. You know, there's what they call about the strong black woman. You are supposed to be strong. You never get tired. Chin up and keep on going. Every other person has done it before. Don't complain. Keep on going. Everybody needs help. You're there. Even when you yourself, you are bent over backward. You keep on moving. That was my story. I was the one that was there for the family and everything, because we are supposed to be there. It's what we do, isn't it? However, I had cultivated some bad habits in order for me to survive, because I knew now that I was not thriving. You may have the material things, the cars, the luxury and everything, but the truth is, if you are not well in your body, you are definitely not rich and you are not wealthy. Health is wealth that we cannot put money on. So in my case, I was in a teaching profession, a job I love so dearly with my heart. And I immersed myself. So one thing with burnout, if you end up getting burnout with the things that you love, you will be smelling already because you are roasted like a fresh turkey, roasted turkey, before you even realize that you are getting roasted. So it was a job that I love, passion and everything. I did not sleep the same day that I wake up. So what that means, I wake up about 5 a.m., but before I sleep again, maybe about 1 a.m. the next day. That was the story of my life. I had other side hustles that I was doing. I was a baker. I was someone that love selling things, maybe hair extensions, the latest dresses, and all of that stuff. So aside my 9 to 5, it was something that I was doing. Who loves side hustles in this place? Yeah, don't we all do it? But it all comes together at the end. So when I left my teaching job, I thought, no, I'm fed up. I just want to do something else. I thought if I become the CEO of my own business, I will manage myself better. But the truth is, I was my own worst boss. Because as an entrepreneur, everything rests on you. You are the visionary. You are the one that is doing everything. And so I had cultivated that bad habit. And another thing, I was a perfectionist. So I thought nobody can do it well. If I tell you to do something, you don't do it well, I get on with it. And I just do it myself. But I was really, really bad with delegating, because after delegating, I'm micromanaging you to ensure that all the T's and all the I's are crossed. It got so bad that I was driving, I was sleeping. I had to have like, the chewing gum, the container in the car that just had a steady stand there. I'm driving, I'm trying to fall asleep. I'm slapping myself back to reality. But thank you. But at the end of the day, that was the story of my life. So I was a danger to myself. I was a danger to other motorists as well. So it carried on. If any of this story resonates with you, I want to tell you that it's okay not to be okay. It's okay not to be the strongest in the room. It's okay not to carry everybody's load. It's okay not to make other people's emergency your priority. It's okay for you to look inward and know that even though every other external things look okay, the promotion, the titles, and everything is okay, but inside of you, you know you are not well. Do you often have the red short eyes? You have constant headache that has become a companion. You go into a room to pick up something, but you can't even remember why you were there. The brain fog is not a companion of yours. If any of these things resonate with you, my dear brothers and sisters, you are on a journey to burn out. When the physical, the mental, and also the everything just join, it means you are burned out. You are tired. Fatigue is not your companion. You know that you're burned out. The good thing about Inner Harmony is that it doesn't just tell my story, because we all have a story, don't we? But it shows you the tools, positive psychology tools that can help you to assess yourself, to even know if you are burned out. There is the chronic stress as well, assessment that you can take. There are so many tools inside of this book, in each page, that will help you to become more self-aware, that you begin to help yourself in a healthy way. We can flourish and still make money, but we have to have inner harmony. And what does that look like? You are not alone. Before you embark on that vision, on that goal, let your stakeholders know, because you are a team. When you let the people in your life know, i.e. your partners, your spouse, your children, your tribe members, like Read Doja have, you will see other people will be willing to help you. And remember, you are not the best at doing things that concerns you. Other people can learn on how to help you as well. So men, women, as a parent, you'd wear so many hats, but remember, you are the only one that is a constant in your life. Every other thing is just an addition. So you have to look after yourself before you look after anybody else. Because if your cup is not full, you are never going to be able to be fully attentive to help other people. So if you need the book, there are some there. But if you have any questions, I think it's a good time for me to yield my mic to ask any questions that you want to ask. But one thing I'm saying is that burnout is not your friend. There are so many diseases. I'm sure we have doctors in the house. There are so many diseases that are linked to chronic stress, that are linked to burnout. But at the end of the day, these diseases has metamorphosed into different things that you don't even realize that it started with stress. Stress is not a badge of honor. Let's do well and look after ourselves from the inside. Live from the inside to outside, rather from the outside to the inside. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Fantastic. Can we celebrate her, please? Can we celebrate her, please? Because, she just, what she's described there is just, thank you very much for being very vulnerable with us. Because if we don't share our stories, people don't know what's happening. But when you share your story, then somebody inside of them will think, you know what, I'm not alone. So some people have gone through this, and they've come out, at the better side of things. So thank you so much for sharing that. Does anyone have any questions for her, please? Any questions? I'm sure they have loads of questions. Okay, so please, if you have any questions, please go to her and ask her the question. Thank you so much. We're so blessed today. Yeah, can we please clap? We're so blessed today. We've got so many words of encouragement, empowerment, left, right, and center. Talking about investing into our future generations. We've got Brainy Kids. Am I right? Brainy Kids? Okay. They're here to just do a quick presentation about what they can offer us for the next generation. Can we welcome them? Can we welcome her, please? Keep doing it. Keep doing it. She's not here yet. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'll just put this on. Excuse me. Thank you so much. I want to thank God for this privilege to be here today and to thank Read with Doja. God bless you, ma. We thank you for the support you give Brainy Kids Foundation UK. And Balaji, I call him my aburo. It's just a privilege. The CEO of Brainy Kids Foundation Nigeria is Mr. Kunle Mafe. And this year, we're going to be 10 years old. And I just thought I'd check it. We were giving the charity permission and commission and blessing for Brainy Kids Foundation UK, and it's 5 years this year. I thought, wow, glory to God. Thank you, Lord. And really what we do, I'll just do a very quick reading of this. Brainy Kids Foundation is set out to ensure that every Nigerian child, especially the less privileged ones, are given adequate and quality education through sponsorship, provision of books, and provision of learning aid materials. Our aim is also to bridge the gap between the rich and the poor in the area of child education. We also cater for children with special needs. And one of the things that we've achieved in Nigeria is there's an orphanage. There are at least 50 children who have been cared for. I'm okay, thank you. I do apologize. Do excuse my voice. Thank you. And then there are at least 300 children in the community that we pay for their school fees. Now, Brainy Kids Foundation UK, one of the blessings that the Charity Commission gave us is the allowance to send donation from UK to Nigeria. We asked for this specifically and they gave it to us. But then what do we do in the UK? We visit schools. We ask how we can support children, especially those that English is not their first language. And then every summer we run summer classes, maths, English, and science. And we invite children from anywhere who would come, especially from our churches, from schools. And we've been doing this for the past 4 years. And this summer, we're planning to take them on a summer camp holiday. But the beauty of it is we advertise, we talk about ourselves to people, we get the sponsorship. And the fact that we're able to keep the branch in Nigeria going from what donations we get from those who sponsor us and support us here in the UK is a blessing. So thank you once again, ma. Thank you for this opportunity. Our table is there at the back. And it's just been awesome being here this evening. I've learned so much. I've received so much. Yes, one day I will tell my story too. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Can we celebrate her? You know, these are unsung heroes, you know, people who do things in the background and making an impact. I once read a quote that says, you cannot light up the world, but guess what? You can light up a candle in your corner of the world. So you don't have to do big things that everybody sees, but you can make changes within your group, friendship group, workplaces. You can make changes. You can make a difference. So thank you so much for all you do, Brainy Kids. So second year anniversary for Read with Dodger. We're so excited. Are you excited, Read with Dodger? I think the STAR students, where are they? STAR students, I think they are winning. Read with Dodger. Read with Dodger. Okay, right, STAR students. Read with Dodger. Oh my God, I think you're now winning. Read with Dodger. Fantastic. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to tell you ways to support Read with Dodger. You can offer a little donation if you wish to. You can give us feedback as well. The feedback is so important. We've got more information. There will be a the website projected is just readwithdodger.co.uk.com. So it's just going to be projected in a minute. So that way you can offer a donation. You can give feedback. It takes you straight to the website where you can get a lot of information about Read with Dodger. So readwithdodger.com it is. Please, we want you to take a moment to give a feedback about the program as a whole, from the International Women's Program we had in the morning with the City Council, Manchester City Council supporting us. And you can offer a donation there as well. So you can find all the information you want on there. And another thing is, if you don't follow us on social media, we're all on all the social media platforms. Well, most of the social media platforms. We're not on TikTok yet. Okay, we're going to join that shortly. Right, so this is Read with Dodger. Yeah, okay, so this is where you can get the information about donations. And then if you go onto the actual website, you can give feedbacks. You can follow us, please, on Instagram at Read with Dodger. You can follow us on Instagram. That's one of the ways you can support us. So it's all about a community, making impact, igniting changes, igniting minds to create big things. So thank you very much for that. So the last item we have, well, almost the last items we have on the list of things to do today is we will hear from Posse. Can I have Posse? Hey, hello, Kwasi. Talking about the next generation, so can we hear from Kwasi? Can you speak to us and tell us something? Thank you.
Hello. Today I'm here to talk about how reading can light up a path for new readers, both young and old. So, in my own personal experience, reading is one of my favorite hobbies, and I do it as a pastime, and it helps me in many things. First off, reading has taught me new vocabulary. Reading has taught me how to calm down, how to do everything. We also can see reading can teach us empathy. Like if you're reading a fiction book and you're seeing from a character what they're doing is a good thing, it can make an impression on you as your brain is developing and show you how to be a better person. We can also see this through multiple different things, like just in general, it makes it like you decline less as you're getting older because your brain is more active and you do more brain workouts because of your constant reading. Reading can be more than a hobby for some reason, for some people, as some people use it as a feel-good thing to help them with mental problems that they might have. Reading can also be used to empower young people and older readers to show us how we can be better people, do more things, and learn more. As even when we're doing jobs, there are many good books that can teach us many things about the wider world and other communities. If you want to learn a new language, you can read a book about that and it can help you. You want to revise for an exam, you can read a book about that and it can help you. And if you just feel down, you can read a book and it can help you. Thank you all for listening to me.
Thank you so much, Kwasi. I learned so many new things today about reading. And Kwasi's part of the Read with Dodger Kids, because we have Read with Dodger normal, and then we have Read with Dodger Kids as well. Adults. So when I say normal, I mean just the regular one, which is with the adults. But then we understand the importance of pouring into our next generation. And we've seen evidence of that in all that we've done today. So can we please celebrate this young gentleman from Read with Dodger Kids. Thank you so much. We're very proud of you. Well done. Okay, we'll just have a quick mindfulness game or mindfulness. Can we please come and introduce that? It's just for a few minutes and then we'll go to the last item on the list. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Please, can we all just stand up? Right. I just noticed that we've been here for quite a bit now. It's good for us to check in with ourselves, because if you don't check in with yourself, things start happening and it's already a little bit late. So if you could just stand up and just lift your hand up a little bit. Yeah, that's a give space. And bring it right down. And lift it up again. And then just bring it right down. I just want you to breathe. You know, we ladies, we like to suck up and just make this thing. So you're going to take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath in until you feel like you have six-pack, and then bring it right out again. Take a deep breath in. Out. Take a deep breath in. Out. Take a deep breath in. Out. I want you to just open your hand and show me 5. And then you're going to do this. As your hand is going up, you take a deep breath in. As it's coming in, you bring it right down. As it goes up again, you bring it right in. As it's coming down, you bring it right down. Let's go. Put your hands together and just rub it. And then just shake yourself a little bit. How does that feel for you? You can see that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for encouraging me. Thank you.
Are we all relaxed? Are we all relaxed? I think with Read with Dodger, can we have like a spa session, you know, after all this hard work? You know, I think we can have it, yeah? We can, after all this relaxation. We're already here at the hotel, right? Well, are you not in support? We're already here at the hotel, aren't we? Can we not just go into their spa and just relax and make it very intentional? I support that. Okay. We'd like to take this opportunity. Thank you so much for that. That was very good. Can we please appreciate her? We'd like to take a moment to recognize some of Read with Dodger's distinguished members, whose extraordinary contributions have made the Reading Club what it is today. Their exceptional dedication has been instrumental in cultivating the welcoming and vibrant atmosphere the Read with Dodger community enjoys today. I'd like to welcome our distinguished Dodger to present the awards. Thank you. Keep clapping, please.
As you can see, I came prepared. I mentioned earlier that when I move, I don't move alone because I'm always lost and I need people around me. Not lost in thought, but when you move alone, you don't go far. But when you move with the crowd, with the people that have the same mindset with you, you move further than you think you're going. So I'm going to appreciate my planning committee for, standing by me, with me, in me, through me. Everything with me from the beginning to the end. One major values that I have is to appreciate people, regardless of who you are, whether you are young or old. I do really appreciate people because without them, I cannot stand. So please permit me to invite my planning committee. I'm not going to call names, but they know themselves. Please, if you are part of the planning, please kindly stand up or take a step forward. Take a step forward. Forward, take a step forward, please. When I'm not sleeping, these ones are not sleeping because I'm busy texting. Have you done that? Can we do this? Can we do that? You know. And they don't ignore how many times the messages comes through. This is my Tolu. She came all the way from Scotland. When I saw her yesterday, I was like, what are you doing here? I was not expecting you because obviously I'm expecting her today, not yesterday. But she came in from Scotland simply because she knows I need her and she has to feel it. And when she came, the whole place was filled up with something to do. And she did what she needed to do. I'm really honestly very grateful from the bottom of my heart. I wish I have other ways to appreciate you lot. But to be honest, in my own little way, please accept my little present for you. My little token. I'm not going to leave my host behind because all of this planning, if we didn't carry her along, we can't get to where we are now. My honorable host, thank you so much for standing on the hills from 11 o'clock till this time. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so very much. And this is for you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I hope we can do this again. And please, if I've stepped on your toes in one way or the other, forgive me because, to be honest, I've really, I won't say troubled them, but they've bared with me. You know, I've challenged them. And we've done this, and we're going to do many more together. Thank you so much. God bless you. Quickly, quickly, we have readers in our midst. I don't know if I can quickly call them, just give them their certificate. We've got books that were sent from Manchester City Council just for this purpose, for our readers. So I'll try as much as I can to call them out quickly so that they can get their certificate, and then I'll hand the books over. And we need to take the picture and send to City Council, obviously. That's an evidence that the books were distributed. So if I call you, please just step forward quickly. And if I don't call you, it could be an oversight. Please. Sister Rachel, Lanre is not here. Fola Brown, Aisha, Adebimpe.
Rachel?
Adebimpe, yes, you. Layo? Layo. Yemi? Udeas? Bolanle is not here. Tokwe is not here. Biola is not here. Biodun? Bukola is not here. Vicky? David? Henrietta? Olaoluwa? David? Olaoluwa. Henrietta? David? Titi Lola? Not your Titi Lola. Liz Fab? Fumilayo? Fumilayo? Nancy? Lolade? Tolutomi? Yewande? Mata? Damilola? Ola Bokun. Mata. Tolu Dipeolu. Where's Bokun's son? Tolu told me.
Keep looking different. You know, the last time I saw you, you had a different hair.
Boko. Right. Yeah. This is yours. Tolu Dipeolu. Who is Tolu? Yeah, Dipeolu. Yeah. This is Ola. Lolade. Right. So yeah, that's everybody. Yes, that's everybody. That's everybody. All right. Can we? Yeah. Please, let's be proud of ourselves. Let's be proud of them for a whole 24 months, 365 days in a year, waking them up at 6 a.m. with all my nudges, reminding them of reading every 30 minutes, dedicated readers and coming to the book club review once a month, contributing their little quota financially, physically, mentally, emotionally. To be honest, this is the best team I can ever ask for. And thank you so much for, the steps that you're taking. And I'm sure we're going to get better. Let's just keep pushing. Yeah, we will get there. Very soon, we'll get there. Thank you very much. I'm really grateful. Okay, yes. And lastly, well,
I will be the one that will win.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Whilst we are doing that, you're welcome. Whilst we are doing that, I just want to use this opportunity to thank my husband. Please, can you step forward? He wasn't expecting this anyway, but I have to. I want to appreciate him for him is say it and it's done. That's how much I can rely on him. Just say it and it's done. The idea of this reading club was like I said, was like a pinch. And I said, "Dear, do you know this is what has been troubling me?" He said, "What is it, reading club?" "Okay, let's do it." I said, "You're not even asking me how I'm going to do it. You're asking me, let's just." I said, "Don't worry. You want to do it? Go forward. I'll follow you." And he's been very supportive. Financially, materially, emotionally, anything. The journey so far, where we are now, is just because of his support. To be honest, I cannot thank this man enough. Even when he's uncomfortable, I wake him up with the light switch on. "What are you doing?" "I want to read for 30 minutes. But I'm tired. Please bear with me. Don't worry, in 30 minutes I'll be done." And he doesn't mind. When my funds are not enough, what do we do now? "Don't worry, I'll help you out." He's always there to support me. Thank you so much. From the bottom of my heart, I cannot appreciate you enough. When I was troubled about this second anniversary, he said, "Don't worry, Whatever we have, we push it. And it did do what it could do. Again, thank you so much. God bless you. We have come. Okay. We have Tisha's parents here, grandparents here as well. I've got my children behind me. I've made them volunteers compulsorily. Compulsorily, I've made them volunteers. Even when we fight, they know that they have to take the mantle. Every month when we are having the book review, Tisha cannot go for work. She has to leave her job and come and volunteer. And my son Terry as well. Thank you, Tisha and Terry. Can you come forward, please? All they want to see me do is be happy. I trouble them so much with the reading club project. Reading club. So long as I'm happy, all they want to see me do is, Mommy, be happy. Thank you so much. Even when I make you guys uncomfortable with my emotions, I'm really, really sorry if I've offended you, but honestly, thank you so much. And I love you. And thank you to everyone that has left one thing or the other behind. Some people have actually canceled their shift today. Some people, Gloria, I'm very grateful that you were able to come. Some people appreciate us from afar, but they made time today. You know, if there are better ways to say thank you to everyone here, I would do it. And thank you to David. David has been out since 5 a.m. Yeah, he had a flat, busted tire, and we've been messaging since 5 a.m. in the cold, just for today. I'm very grateful, honestly. Thank you to Tanya. Words can't express my appreciation to you, my gratitude. We have one of our facilitators who canceled. And I just told her, somebody just canceled too. And she said, don't worry, I'll step in. That's the power of connection. We are one big family. This is Read with Dodger, not Dodger. I'm also part of this journey. A journey where I'm learning every day. A journey where I've been able to discover myself. A journey where I've fallen and I've picked up myself. A journey where I've needed help and I've leaned on other people's shoulders. A journey where my mindset has shifted. A journey where I've cried. A journey where I've laughed. We all need each other. So don't say Read the Dodger as Dodger's Reading Club. No. Dodger is on the journey as well of growth, of resilience, of being helpful, of changing, of confidence building, of building a legacy, of making an impact, of walking out through the room and somebody says, do you know that lady? You know, so for me is when I leave, what can people say about me? And that is the journey at which I'm working on right now. Anywhere I go, I leave my seed. And I want to employ everybody, anywhere you are, please leave your seed. No matter how little it is. It's not by money. But let's be honest and sincere with ourselves. We need ourselves to get there. And for everyone on Read the Dodger's team, as of now, and those that intend to join, our space is very free. Come and join us and we can grow together. Thank you and God bless you.
So my people, Read with Dodger is 2 years old. Can we celebrate that? Thank you for coming on this journey with us today. We hope you've enjoyed the whole program. We hope you've had a reflective time, a knowledgeable time, a fun time as well.
My name is Liz Titilola Fabi, aka Liz Fab. I've been your host. Thank you so much for today. There are a lot of refreshments at the back there. Please feel free to socialize and take pictures as well, because we want to make sure we save the memories of this event. Thank you so much. Thank you.
What you